Is that
All right, now we're back. I don't know what the hell happened on there. All right, episode 2.
Does that mean the Robinsons?
Part 2. We're back. It's playing the podcast. All right, hold up. I gotta figure this out.
Eric, you look Hispanic.
You look Dominican as well.
Oh my god.
You did?
My girl.
She did a very good job. She did a very good job, man. Fuck Luke. We love Luke, but fuck Luke. Dude, this is a good graphic. I look handsome. Eric looks handsome.
I like my curls. What's going on?
And she's got the
like,
wave. All she needs is the
Morales.
Superman curl that comes down sometimes when I get sweaty, and then she'll have it down. But we're back. I don't know what happened.
What were we talking about? Oh, Tommy.
I was going on a rant about Tommy, but I got it out during the break.
You didn't get the
I got it out during the break. Shout out Shane. He had the first bing bong, and we were incorrect. I was incorrect. There was 3 bing bongs in week 1. Dalla, also in garbage time, hit another one. So shout out Dalla. Shout out Shane. And that's it. Those are only 2 people that hit bing bong. Nah, shout out Tommy. The fucking shiesty bandit.
Let's hear it from the cap. What happened?
Well, let me pull up the stats so that Tommy can get a little bit of credit, because you know what? Tommy did do well.
I'll read it off. For you,
I'm going to pull it up. Tommy did well. 22 points.
22 points, 8 rebounds.
6 assists.
6 assists.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he did a good job of finishing. You know, he got to the rim in transition on multiple occasions against me. I'm the only one back, or Nick is back with me, and he's bunny hopping right around us, and he's scoring. I mean, he's very efficient at scoring. His threes were not falling at all, which is surprising because he's normally a very good shooter, but he did a very good job. Mako's outplayed us. They wanted it more. Very clearly they wanted it more. And it wasn't until the last 8 minutes when some say that they weren't trying. I think that we figured out better what we were doing, and we were able to execute at a better clip. But I think both things played a hand in what happened. I think overall they slowed us down, which notoriously we like to play fast.
Yeah.
They played fast, which they were faster than us, and we didn't have a response to that when not all 5 are getting back on defense. We didn't move the ball. Guys were pointing fingers as to who's not moving the ball, but when you watch it back, a lot of it was there's no off-ball movement. Yeah. So it's hard to move the ball if guys are stagnant. You have to set them.
They're not trying to get open,
Exactly. So the thing that I was keen on with my guys was the mistakes that we made were fixable. There wasn't anything that I saw where like, all right, we got to just burn it down. This roster's not going to work. I have faith in this roster entirely. I just think that we have a handful of adjustments that we need to make, and once we make those adjustments, I think we'll be fine. We need to figure out how we play, similar to the Ghost Riders. We have to figure out, all right, Dom took more shots than I thought he was going to, but he also shot around 50%. He was our most efficient scorer, so we need to, I think what needs to happen is we need to get everybody else involved earlier and let him get his when he gets his. And I think that will help the whole entire team, alleviate some pressure from him and AJ, trying to take it to the hole, trying to finish when we're 25 points down, instead of keeping us in the game, and then we can build off of that momentum. But overall, bad day, solid ending, and that's what I'm going to harp on, the ending.
Joan, Dane, the Makos, earlier I said Yusuf and Shot Doc was on the streak, but Luke and his Makos are on the streak since week 4, week 5. Are they looking like another championship bound team to you guys?
Well, I mean, as Dre's saying here, are we not going to talk about the Makos turning on each other up 30?
Oh, we're just going to get to that, Dre.
Yeah, but that's part of the question that you just asked Tone.
And Dean?
I mean, it's a great start. It's a great start.
Yeah.
But the end is just not what I expected from a winning team. Like, they kind of remind me of my team last season in a bit, where there's a lot of guys who want the ball.
It's very accurate.
There's only one ball, and I camouflaged it a lot. As a lot of you guys seen, there was some times where, outbursts here and there that you guys saw it, But most of the time last year, I was camouflaging a little bit so you don't see our internal issues. But we did have issues. I feel like
I heard it in the bathroom.
Well, you did a good job camouflaging.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
I didn't know until I heard it in the bathroom. That's how I know JC had a beef. That was the only reason why I knew.
So, like, their issues are more now external. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen Trey and the girl. Everybody's seen Fritz saying he needs the ball. Everybody's seen Tommy saying this and that and asking captains for a trade and all this and the third.
Yeah.
They're very reminiscent of my team last year, where you have all these good things, but now it's up to Luke to like put it together.
Yeah.
And find cohesion within the group that's not very cohesive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like last season, I made us really look very cohesive because we were winning. But then when our first loss happened, they went away. So
didn't your first loss happen in the beginning of the season?
yeah, I'm saying like when we went on that win streak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they won 7 in a row.
Oh,
we won
okay.
7 in a
After
row,
that, gotcha.
and then once that first loss happened, you guys, I felt like you can even see in the film, it went so like our effort
That was
value
the same thing with us
went
too.
down.
Yep.
Everything else went down. It was kind of tough for me to pick it back up. I feel like it's the same thing with the Makos. They have the talent. They have a 3-headed monster. I mean, with Tommy, Fritz, and Nacho. I mean, that's a tough trio. But it's up to Luke, really, like what he did last year with Yusuf and 1v1. It's kind of up to him to, and I trust Luke because he's done it once, to just find cohesion within an uncohesive group. So,
Dean, for you, you've been a captain, so you can answer this question. So when you have a team that's in a situation like that where it's like you feel like their morale is down, how do you mentally keep your morale up to be able to get their morale up also?
I mean, first thing I want to say is it's tough to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been in that situation. I mean, look, you can only do so much as a captain. It's also on the players too to want to buy in and listen to what you're saying and respect what you're saying. It's it's hard to bring a team's morale up when there's a bunch of egos.
Yeah.
The best thing you could do is just try to get your guys together, before the next game and really talk about that specifically. And if that's an issue, then you got to work together as a unit to work on it. If nobody buys in, it's tough to do. So that's the only thing you can do as a captain. The rest is on the players. It's a team effort at the end of the day. So I mean that's really it.
You got anything you can add to that, Mike? You were there last season, 0-5.
Yeah.
Morale probably was down.
Morale was down. Luckily for me, it was 0-5, but we had those 3 weeks without a full roster, without having Montel. So once we got Montel back and we got that first win, it was like, and I never lost faith. I mean, you guys heard it every week in the podcast. I always felt like we had the best roster. I still think we had the best roster. I still think we could have won the championship if I hit shots. But regardless, you just have to either be psychotic and delusional like me and to think that I drafted a really good team. In that case, I GM'd and I traded to get a very good team. This team can win a championship. I'm going to do everything that I need to get to that point. And that positivity will rub off onto your guys.
Yep.
If one guy's negative and you can't get through to them, you have two options. You have a conversation with them one-on-one, or you trade them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain people that you can't break through to. There's certain people that aren't going to listen and you just can't break through to, and you trade them and you ship them off to somebody else and it's their problem to deal with.
And sometimes it works out.
100%.
Yeah.
Best case scenario for look what happened with the Magicians.
Yep.
Magicians went on a better run after they had G and we had Montel. I mean, sometimes it works like that in a different environment. Everybody seems to be happier. Sometimes it's not. But
just gotta take the risks.
Yeah.
And I think just having confidence, having genuine confidence in yourself and your team, and knowing what each guy should be able to do is enough to put you over the edge no matter how many L's you take. And we proved that last season. I mean, I think that's all you have to do.
All right. I think it's time for the moment that everybody's been waiting on. The Parker Power Rankings.
Who's got his number?
I've got it up.
FaceTime him.
Got you
Let's see
coming
that
right now,
beautiful
Parker.
smile.
Parker Power Rankings.
And there
God,
you're waiting.
You love it.
The triple P's.
The people love it.
PQ.
Oh, wait, FaceTime.
Peace
Look at that smile. Yeah, you got the camera.
Yeah,
You
let
got
me
the
hold up.
C-tone.
Let's see if you can hold it over there, and I can just zoom
Oh.
in. Here, I'll hold it. He's very loud, so it might help. Oh my god! It's what the people want to see.
Oh my! I was not expecting that at all. You want me to hold it for you if that's easier? Yeah. Put it, hold on. Not
Hold
ready.
on, Parker.
He said,
Almost.
I'm busy.
Can I get the crown?
Oh my god! Can I get the crown? All right, he's in the frame.
Okay.
You want to get it?
Okay, this is
Might
speed
do a
run because
nice
I got
break.
changed.
Here, let me.
I
turn
can't
this
hear
up.
him.
Let me turn this up. Yep.
Oh.
There you go. Talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes. All right, we can hear you.
All right. Dogs, last. Ghost Riders, 7. Mambas, 6. Panthers, 5. La Familia, 4. Gorillas, 3. Reapers, 2. Makos, 1. Fuck you guys.
Parker, you're leaving tomorrow, and that's all you got for us?
Yeah, fuck you.
How's the shaving going?
Oh, he hung up on us. He went way too quick.
What just happened?
He's got a flight tomorrow.
Okay.
He's got a flight tomorrow. He's heading up to Maine.
All right.
We'll forgive Parker for that.
The speed power ranking.
We didn't hear him curse anybody out or make fun of J-Ball. That's a shame.
Yep.
He said, fuck you.
Yeah, well, we'll take that, I guess. We'll take that. But that's the power. I'll put it up one more time. I'll go through it since Parker didn't. Last place, Dogs. Obviously, we had the worst showing. Next is Ghost Riders. They lost by 10, I believe. Mambas, obviously. Panthers, because they lost, but they didn't have their first overall pick, and they only lost by 1 in overtime. La Familia, you guys only won by 1 in overtime. Gorillas gave up 90 points. Reapers had a solid showing, but the Makos obviously with the most dominating win. I think that is what Parker probably would say if he wasn't shaving. So that's your power rankings by Parker and Mike.
Now, let's talk about some new rules. Let's go over the new rules. Our last time mentioning this.
No, it's not. We're going to talk about this every week because people don't read the rule book. Boogie! Let's go. Oh, and Jay Nola. So we went to Francesco's the other day. Shout out Francesco. Shout out Jay Nola.
I still haven't been. I've heard
Jay
it's good.
Nola
Though.
pulls up.
Octopus.
Jay Nola pulls up full Dogs uniform.
He did.
4 hours after our game. Didn't go home. Decided to drink. I don't think he took a breath during the meal. He didn't take a bite of his food. He talked about everything that he could have. Didn't let anybody else get a word in. Shout out Jay Nola. Shout out Jay Nola. That man knows a lot about his restaurant. He knows a lot about wine. And he knows a lot about basketball. So shout out Jay Nola.
Shout out
Big
Jay
fan
Nola.
of him. But he's in the chat. And shout out Boogie, former captain.
Boogie.
Interim. Our only ever interim captain. So shout out Boogie. All right, new rules.
Before we move on to the new rules, real quick.
Excuse me.
Now, for the viewers, I wanted to wait till we had enough people in the chat.
Ah.
I'm not too sure how many people we got.
I don't know. It doesn't
It
say.
doesn't say. It don't matter if you hear.
How many are in the chat? Please let us know below. They can tell us.
We'll wait. I'll take a second.
100 and something.
Is it like 5,000? Oh, make sure to like and subscribe and click that bell.
Yeah, it helps. It helps it
No,
grow.
it really does. It really
Yeah.
does. We're trying to get.
You gotta
Oh,
like
and
and you have to subscribe.
23. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
While we're waiting,
Okay.
go check out the Instagram. We are almost at 1 million views on a video for the first time ever.
Wow.
We're at 985,000.
The ball pop one?
The ball pop one.
Ball pop?
Yep, 985,000.
slash gunshot.
We gained almost 200 followers
Fucking
from it, so
AJ fucking
shout out,
arm crawling.
Yeah, that's
shout
huge.
out Fritz's son. No, Fritz, you're not going to get him for free. 24. All right, perfect.
Which one was the best reaction for you guys? I think AJ.
AJ, bro,
AJ
that was
definitely the arm
hilarious,
crawl.
man.
AJ's funny.
I mean, Mike had a funny one too.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
I don't know what you did. You just dropped and
I don't know why this is my first reaction. I like Dom's too, because when the video ends after I cut it, Dom turns to the camera and is like, "Did somebody get shot?"
Yeah, just casually.
Just casually.
Yeah, he's like,
"Somebody died."
again.
Yeah.
I've heard this.
Alex
before.
runs over. He's like, "I got to get my
There's
daughter."
nothing left.
There's another one. Yeah.
You want me to open it?
I got you.
I got one
All
right.
While everybody's pouring up for the viewers, we got ahead.
Everybody at
went
home.
ahead and got you guys a nice reward. So
Shout out your best fucking host of any podcast in the world.
Yep.
Now I went and we got you guys a $25 Uber Eats card.
Woo!
We're gonna give you guys the first code, the first half of the code. It's 16 numbers. We're gonna give you 8 right now. You have to remain watching towards the end for the other 8. It's $25 to start adding to your carts, basically.
Tell me what it is and I can type it out
Type
too.
it in. All right, here we go. We got U P A
Let me get that.
T C 2 E H. That's the first half. All caps.
Oh, you fucking bitch. You should have told me that.
All caps. Yes, delete it all. Let's start again.
I already said this. Yeah. All caps.
Are we sponsored by
All caps.
Crown Royal?
We're sponsored by Uber. We're sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats.
Shout out Mike Mitchell. Doesn't he do Uber?
So stay
He
tuned
does.
for
He
the, next,
does.
for the next half. Somebody's eating good tonight. Or tomorrow.
$25 on
$25.
Eric. Shout out Eric.
On the
Shout out
pod.
Eric,
On
man.
the pod, on the pod.
That's real. And shout out Tone for coming 30 minutes late but bringing Crown Royal. And shout out
That's
Ghost
the
for
real
leaving the
MVP.
monster from the podcast.
Yep.
Real MVPs, real MVPs.
Thank you,
All right,
Tom.
let's
Ghost
talk about
there.
some new rules. Mike, this is all you. So,
Oh, man. All right.
you got the graphics, you know.
Yeah, what are we getting into first? Penalty
Good
box?
choice.
All right. Let's see which. All right, I guess we'll start with this one. So, penalty box, the idea of this is to all the new rules, before we get it, all of the new rules are to speed up gameplay. It's primarily for 2 reasons. A, it's more exciting to have a fast-paced game with less stoppages. B, the 8th, 9th round guys are the ones that complain the most about minutes, rightfully so. And so this is to get guys more tired so that there's more substitutions. And that's kind of my thought process with it. Less stoppages, more substitutions, faster pace of play, more entertaining. So, first rule is the penalty box. Instead of a technical free throw, they are going to be in the penalty box right away. So, ideally, when that whistle is blown, they go right into the penalty box, and we start the clock when the ball is inbounded. If the team is assessed a tech, then the captain chooses a player that is currently on the court, and they go into the penalty box. The team will then play 4-on-5 for that allotted time. If it's a double tech, it will then go to 4-on-4. And as I stated, clock will start once the inbounded player, or the ball is inbounded and the player touches the ball. Then at the minute mark, the player can come in like hockey. There's no stoppage for a dead ball. It's immediately when that 1 minute is up, the player can come in. Whoever's on the live mic, ideally it's Parker. This weekend we won't have Parker, so I'll be on there for most of the games. We'll announce 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Player goes in, 5-on-5 resumes. Any questions? Yes, Ghost Axel is gay. But any questions in the pod? How do we feel? How do we feel about the penalty box to be? I know it wasn't executed correctly last week.
It wasn't.
It was harder, and that's my fault. Once again, I take full responsibility for the fact that we did not have scrimmages, and I apologize that I was not able to get that for us. But how do we feel about the rule? Do we think it's a good rule? Let me know in the chat. Let me know here. While we're here, do we like the idea? Do we think it's fun? I know we all voted on it.
I like it
Yeah,
because of the
I-
potential chaos it could potentially
Yeah,
bring.
it's new, it's exciting. It's
Yeah.
like we're gonna have to get adjusted to it. Of course, we've never done it, but it does speed up the game, and
It's
that's
not going to happen as often either.
yeah, exactly.
Hopefully.
It's and when it does, I mean, look, anything can happen. Like Mike Parker scored off of it, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Tommy scored
yeah.
off of it with us.
Yeah, so
it's,
it doesn't really mean like, hey, it's a disadvantage. It's like, okay, it's exciting, you know. Like, let's see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it adds to the excitement. I think it adds to the fun. That's why I came up with it while drunk. And that's why I see the kid in the broadcast said, you got to keep me away from alcohol and my laptop. All right, free throws. Shout out Mitch. Money Mitch came up with the idea based off of the G League. So players fouled on a 4-point attempt. I think I clicked the wrong one first. So players fouled on a 2-point attempt traditionally will shoot 1 free throw and it's worth 2 points. Once again, to alleviate the amount of time that is spent on the line. During the final 2 minutes, however, because the clock is stopped, it's going to be normal free throws. Players that are fouled on a 3-point attempt, the first shot is worth 2, second one is worth 1, and for a 4-point attempt, 2 shots, both worth 2 points. 1-and-1 is still standard for now, unless we think of something to alleviate the 1-and-1 time. But free throws, I think that went pretty well. We were the team that was hurt the most by it because AJ missed, I think, 6 free throws overall. So about 12 points we missed on the board. So it's hard. It's hard if your guys are missing, but it's advantageous.
Adds more pressure.
It adds way more pressure. And it speeds it up. I personally think that we need to add a clock for free throws in general from time that the whistle's blown to the time that the free throw is shot.
8 seconds or something, 10 seconds.
I think maybe to get everybody lined up and to get everything set, 15 tops.
Yeah.
Because there was free throws that at the end of our game, 30 to 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Just to get everybody lined up. People subbing in and out.
Happened in a Ghost Riders Reapers game.
Which is smart, but the whole idea now is to speed that up so that we don't have those issues, so that we can get the most of the running clock. On that same note, we did create a new rule this week in the ref chat. 5 seconds for substitutions. Subs need to be at the scorer's table. Alert the head official on a dead ball. We will stop the ball, and the ref will start counting 5 seconds.
No more running in.
No more walking in.
Yeah.
You got to run.
Yeah.
You got to hustle into your spot. You run in, they run off, 5 seconds is up, bada boom, bada bing, ball's in. It's not that hard. I feel like it's smart at the end of the game. People are running the clock down. People are trying to take advantage of it. I know I've done it. I know my team's done it. You know, you add in more substitutions to slow the game down. We want to alleviate that as much as possible, as much action, as much gameplay as possible. 5 seconds for a substitution. We think it's fair. Let us know in the chat how you feel about it once again. Any other rules?
I believe we had Bing Bong.
Is that in here?
It should be.
I don't see it.
Was it the free throws? Did it have
to
to do with free throws or no?
No, it's just
The
a
bingo.
4-point zone.
It's a 4-point zone. Both feet in the box, very clearly.
You gotta pay attention.
Yeah, like you can't
just
yell
scream
bing
bing
bong.
bong.
Yeah, it's just not,
Well,
That's not how it works.
that adds the comedic effect. I mean,
Well, yeah, they're fucking idiots.
It's hilarious when you see him just yelling "bing bong" and he's in the middle of the court. Like they're in the corners for a reason. But I love Yusuf, but he's hilarious.
Well, Dallas, yes, I agree the refs did not know the rules, but we're figuring it out as we go. Now you should all know the rules. Watch the podcast back.
Are we still doing the review thing? Like, can you review?
I think let's save it for the postseason.
Okay.
And
Because there was one that I did want to reverse.
there's probably a lot
The
that need to be.
Ryan Charles call.
Nah,
Here, look.
I watched it. My girl actually got a videotape of it.
We have to
I
see
thought
how
he
it
took
goes.
it.
out of
I thought he
frame.
took that
He was
as
out of
fine.
I think that's another
Yeah.
thing that if we have scrimmages, we can actually figure out, like, how long could this take? What could we actually do in this time?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I think
But the
that's too
season's
difficult.
already started, and
Yes.
the rule—it's hard to change a rule once the season's
we
already
did put
started.
it
We
last
implemented
season.
it last season for the postseason, and nobody used it.
Well,
Because you
we
only
never
have
had a
one.
chance.
You only have one camera angle too.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it difficult. I think that we need to figure out how we would want to assess that, and I think that using the challenge, I don't know. We can talk about that off air, but I love the idea. It's about figuring the logistics of how we could actually make it work
Okay.
to make it happen. But I would love to implement that because there's a lot of calls that are incorrect that we should be able to challenge that we're not.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bring that up.
For sure. It's not in the rule book. We didn't add it to the rule book.
Okay.
All right, now we love a good story, so let's talk about the first timers in the league, the rookies. Anybody give you a good first impression out of everybody? Alex.
Yeah,
Shane,
Alex is
Alex and
he's
Shane.
good, man.
Was it-
I think
was-
he's really good.
Was that more of like a shocking, or you already knew he can hoop?
No, from what I've heard
Yeah.
he's pretty good. I've never seen him play other than like Instagram videos, but against our game, I mean, he got to the paint with even through contact, he was finishing tough shots. I mean, that's tough to do as a player.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know it. We play basketball every day, or almost every day. So.
He's tough. I like Shane as well.
Yeah.
I think Cass on the Gorillas.
Yeah,
really solid.
Cass is he's one of the true bigs we've had in the league. I mean,
Him and Nick Choi.
Yeah, him and Nick
Two-
Choi,
And
yeah.
Vinny.
Joel too.
Yeah,
And Joel,
you know what?
So we got four.
I think he's more similar to Vinny because he could shoot as well.
Yeah.
Nick Choi didn't shoot that much.
Oh, he can shoot now.
Nick Choi can shoot.
Well, now,
Yeah,
but
so
but when he played on the
He can
Magicians,
shoot. When I
Past year,
when I
last
had him,
year.
he can shoot. Does he hit a couple in the scrimmage games?
Yeah.
Nick Choi.
yeah, but he didn't during
He
the
didn't really
season.
shoot
Yeah, he
much.
played more like inside the paint, mid range. But
Cass is solid.
yeah, Cass is solid, man. I like Cass's game a lot.
He's long.
He's unselfish too. Like he made the right passes.
I think he
of
would
the
be a
time.
solid addition to the All-Star team for sure.
Yeah. Cass is a great player. He
If
was
you if
definitely
you
a steal.
look all around this whole class, there's no weak point. I mean, Dylan and Angel, 2 last round picks, both hustle guys. I was actually very impressed with the way Angel played in
He
the
played very
few
well.
minutes that he had.
Yeah.
He played hard and he made a lot of hustle
he told me
plays.
he was a little hurt. That's why he didn't play as much. But next week he'll play more. He told me he'll be 100%.
He played well in the minutes that he had. Same thing with Dylan. Anderson played well. He was a solid piece
I
for
like
that
his
Makos
game.
team.
I like his
Daryl played well for you guys. A little bit hot-headed. Lay, obviously talented.
Shot friendly.
He was just a little bit too
Jamal
trigger happy. He was a little bit too trigger happy.
Yeah, I
Shot
didn't even,
friendly, but
he
that's
shot
his-
20 shots. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's his game.
Yeah.
Did you give him
but
the
he
green
didn't-
light?
when we played together, he played well. I think most of his shots though came in overtime. So if we take out
Nah, he shot a lot in the.
I say,
he
but
shot-
in overtime I did
towards
the
the end,
stats. In
no.
overtime he shot probably like 6 shots.
I would say towards the end.
So
That's when he kind of like.
I would say, but he's a high volume.
I think he just wanted to end the game.
But
He played well though.
you look at everybody else. Dalla didn't really take many shots, but he still played very well for us. Dom played very well. Tommy obviously played very well. Kaz played very well. And I played with. So Shane, I used to go over to his house, use a shooting machine. Dude is a sniper, man. That guy is so good at shooting.
He's Mr. Fundamental, dude.
Yeah,
He
he's
really
just
is.
the way that he plays the game is just so pure. It's like
Yeah.
how you're supposed to play.
Yeah, how you're supposed to
is
play
how
basketball,
he plays
yep.
basketball, and
Yep.
that's why at 41 he's able to be successful.
And that proves that you don't have to necessarily be athletic or like a
But he's
very
still
talented guy
quick.
to
Yeah.
be
Like,
a
for
good
his
basketball
age,
player.
he's
He was
quick,
going
man.
by. He was going
Yeah.
by people.
No, he was.
Yeah,
I mean, he's in good shape. It looks like he plays basketball a lot.
I mean, he wins,
did.
dude. He
Yeah, I-
wins all the time. It's so
He
hard.
knows how to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
It's him
expect him to be
and,
41 years old. Until
he's
you told
crazy.
me.
Yeah.
Him and
Shout
Pat
out to
play
Shane,
together
man.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Him,
Fumble-
Pat. Now they have
fumble like
Dom
that at
all the
41.
time.
Yeah, for
Dom-
real, honestly.
Yeah, Dom's usually plays with Shane because I
Yep.
played them in that weekend league. In the
Yeah,
warehouse.
no, they're very good. And then Alex, Tommy, Dom Johnson, Brandon Steed, we played, and this other guy, D, we played in TP's tournament, and we won that.
Yep.
Alex was the MVP of that. Tommy argues he was, but Alex was the MVP of that. And Alex is really fucking good.
Yeah, he's
really
good.
fucking good, man.
He's good.
He's athletic.
He
he's
proved that he
crafty.
deserved that second round or that
100%.
second pick. Yeah.
100%. I mean,
Do you think this is gonna be like, was it last season or season before, where we have like a close rookie of the year race?
Honestly, I mean,
it's way too early to tell.
yeah, it is too early. I think the top guys that got picked, the guys that got picked earlier, have a better chance of winning it. But any one of those guys could shine and
Yeah,
do
but
something.
you look at this rookie class between Dom, Alex, and Tommy in the first week. One of them could be MVP.
Yeah.
Like it could not be a rookie of the year discussion. This could be an
Have we had that
MVP
done
discussion.
before?
Yeah, Braylon, Dom.
Braylon won his first year.
Braylon and Dom. Those are
Yeah,
the two that did that.
Yeah.
They're on the same fucking.
It
I know,
shows
the same
it
team.
shows the direction of where this league's headed.
Dude,
where this
these
league's
are
headed,
the
man.
best teams by far.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
It's good basketball.
2 months. Like the teams last season were good. They were solid. These teams are significantly better, and it doesn't. I don't understand it. I don't understand
Yeah.
how in 3 months we lose 20 guys, and we somehow get to this point where it's like the league is just every team is loaded.
We
Yeah.
add new talents, and plus the talent we had season before gets better because they're
That's
working on their
and that's the
also.
big thing.
Yeah.
Everybody, like the Reapers. I made the post for the podcast today, and I put out 6 of those guys are from season 1.
Yeah.
From season 1 to now, all of those guys have gotten better.
Oh, yeah.
has
Tyson,
gotten so much better.
He's
So
not.
much,
He's
yeah.
still.
He's gotten
He's,
better.
he's
Chile
still
has
not a
got-
last round pick.
Yes.
Ziggy
Yeah.
after watching him
Oh,
last
dude,
year.
100. Dude,
Yeah.
Ziggy, I was like,
season
whoa.
3 Ziggy Zay
Yeah.
to now, dude, it's night and day.
Even got bigger.
It's night and day, bro. It's crazy.
I think the biggest difference maker for those guys is they played season after season
Yeah.
and their confidence goes up because they know, like, the nerves of being new to the league and being your first game.
Kid, he got
Yeah.
100%. He's
But
been really
that
good, too.
adds, you know, he's
Still
worked on
eighth
his,
round,
like,
I guess.
everybody works on their game when they're playing in the league.
He
So
is that, but
Yeah.
He's still an 8th rounder, guys. Relax.
he
Now,
played
Steve
very
played well.
He
Steve
played
played
very
well.
well against us.
that also shows how stacked the draft was.
Yeah.
I mean, guys like Chief.
I mean, Chief
Come on,
falls.
dude.
Yeah,
Chief-
Chief.
Brandon Steve,
Brandon Steve.
Come on, bro. Like, there's
They're-
some of these that it's like. But
they're
I think
great players.
But I think
Mike Mitchell, 7th round.
captains also understood that it's not solely let's pick
on talent. Yeah.
let's pick fits.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
that's how I picked Andre Berg over Chief. Obviously, no offense to Berg, I love Berg. Chief is a more talented basketball player than Berg, but Berg is a great teammate and he's a great fit for what we needed at that pick.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what it comes down to, and that's what picking a good team insists of is like,
Yeah.
what do we need? All right, you guys had Sway and Lay. Both of them were ball dominant, but if you have a guy that can then facilitate to them
Yeah.
and is
That was my
unselfish,
thought process.
well, shit, Chief's a great fit for your fucking team.
Oh yeah, perfect.
100%. So that's why,
Yeah.
like, fitting your roster is more important than the sole talent.
Yeah, so I wouldn't take it to heart for any of those guys. I got drafted late. It just,
No, 100%.
Yeah,
It's fit.
It was
It's
just
fit.
fit. It was not based on your talent. It was based off of how you fit for that team they were trying to build. So, yeah, shout out those guys still.
You want to answer that continuation question for?
Yeah, we're doing continuation. I don't know if every ref understands continuation. I know Eric called one on AJ that probably should have been an and one. He called it as a shooting foul, and then AJ missed the free throw. But we're learning. We're learning. I mean, I prefer you give AJ the...
I don't know if any refs know the rules about continuation.
Okay, so
Eric.
I'll go into it. I'll go because
Just
off top,
continue.
I know if he picks up the ball into a gather and he's going into the shooting motion, or he picks up the ball into the gather and he goes 1-2. If he gets fouled
That's
off,
continuation,
yes,
yeah.
if he gets fouled off the gather, he gets hit and then he takes 1-2 and he shoots.
That's
It's
bucket.
still a
Yeah,
bucket.
yeah.
It's still a bucket. Doesn't
It's in
matter.
shooting
Only
motion
until
is what you're saying,
He
yeah.
takes a dribble. So if
Yeah.
he gets
Yes.
fouled,
So if
then
he's on his
dribbles
way
or
to the
he
basket,
passes.
you gotta call.
Naturally, but if he's under the paint and he gets hit and then he does like you know what I'm saying?
He
It's
was-
gotta be
he
in
was
the
still
shoot.
on his
Gotta
way
be
to
in-
shoot,
He can't
yeah.
like
Yes.
he can't like and get fouled and then he just shoot
Shoot.
after the whistle.
Yes.
You gotta like shoot.
It has to be in
during
the shooting
it.
motion,
Yeah.
or if they're in motion,
You can't do
they
it,
have to be gathered and going towards the basket to score.
You can't do
Then
a
it's a shooting.
2K lag animation
Yes.
after the whistle blows and say it's continuing.
I mean, look,
Exactly.
shout out the refs too. It's not easy to ref. If anybody has refed in this chat, they know.
It's
how-
also it's not easy to ref when we're changing the rules.
Yeah.
And it's complete like there's a lot of new rules this season, and once
that's added
again,
pressure too.
I take full accountability for any mistakes that happened this week. I do apologize to the players and the refs for putting you guys in that position. We should have had scrimmages. We should have had you guys be able to practice, go over it, and I apologize. And Sauce is going to go over with you guys, the refs, all the rules before the game to make sure that you guys are clear. If you have any questions, talk to Sauce, talk to myself, and we will go over things and we will make sure that you guys understand what's going on. And during the games, as you guys saw, I am there. I will come up to you. I'll have the conversation with you in the ref huddle so you guys know what the rules are so that we can make the right calls, especially in crucial times at the end of games.
So, quick question with the live mic. Can we have the live mic say, like, personal foul on this person has this many fouls, and team fouls?
So Parker tries to say who the foul is on. The issue is not
it's the
all
communication
refs
between the
communi-
refs
yes.
and him.
Not all
But it's like
refs
he's
communicate.
next to the...
Well, now he's not going to be.
Okay.
He's going to be on the other side.
So
they have to come communicate on both sides. And I'll
Okay.
communicate that to the
Does-
refs.
that'll be an advantage for the coaches for us to know who has how many
Yeah,
fouls,
because
so we can
I'm
sub
walking
people
over to the
out.
scores.
Yeah,
Because-
honestly, it should be the ref who's on the opposite side of where the play is happening. Like, who's ever in the back of where whoever's on that side of the court should come and tell him. Because those two guys are too worried about what's happening in the action. So I feel like it should
it's that
switch
lead
sides.
official
Yeah.
that needs to communicate, but all three refs need to know. Scorers table need to know. Commentary need to know.
Yeah.
Because when we're doing stats, we need to be able to also
That's
hear
the
and
thing.
know what's going on.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. There's a
Um,
couple fouls that were called for one person when I was doing stats, but then in the game when I looked at the stat sheet,
It's
it's
something very
different.
different. 100%.
Like, Dame had 4 fouls in the first half. That would have been nice to know at
Yeah.
halftime.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't know. I
Yeah.
would have been like, let's attack Dame.
Didn't
But-
Juan
I
not
took
know
him
how
out
many
already.
fouls he had?
No, I
too?
know,
He
but I'm
fouled
saying
out.
like in the second half,
Yeah.
he didn't get another foul. I mean,
And
that would
also,
have been
in that
nice.
same game, I was told in the first half, or early in the second half, that Sway had 5, and then he got a foul, and then come to find out he only has 4 fouls. I'm like, what the
Exactly. So
fuck?
it's like
Yeah.
it would be nice to know as captains and as players who has how many fouls, what's the team fouls.
It's week 1. Week
Yeah,
No, I'm
one.
saying, but this is like
Yeah.
general. Like even
Yeah.
happened last season. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I got fouled out one game last season,
Yeah.
and I was not even
You
told I had
didn't even
5.
know you had
I
5.
thought I had 3.
Exactly.
I had
so
no
it's
clue.
it's a continuous issue that I feel like it's easy to solve. We have a person on a live mic. It would be helpful for the commentary. They can know, oh, this guy has foul trouble. Oh, maybe this coach needs to take out this person. They can say that in
So-
commentary.
We're moving to live mic, and I wanted to do this last week, but the live mic's going to be by the commentary booth because I'm going to be setting up another microphone for Parker or whoever's on the live mic directly into the live stream.
Okay.
It's not live stream, but the live edit, so that it's easier for me to edit afterwards. And so I bought a 50-foot XLR cable, which is the cable that hooks up the microphones,
Mhm.
and I bought a 50-foot aux cord so that Parker can hear from anywhere on the gym what the commentary is saying, and they can communicate back and forth. So that if they want him to interview a certain player, or they want to talk to a ref, Parker can go be that man, walk around, and then go speak to the ref, and then the commentary booth can hear what Parker's saying.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted the setup to be a little bit different, so that it's more of a live broadcast feel,
So
to
it's
where
sense.
guys can actually
Okay.
talk back and forth. And if they want Parker's insight on something, he can also like, oh yeah, I spoke to Eric during the break, and they want to make
Got
this
some fire
adjustment.
shoes on.
Whatever it is. I mean, shout out goes with the Pride Month shoes. But
I'm just saying, like, I feel like that.
I agree.
To,
I think that
strategy.
it comes down to the refs communicating on all fronts, and we really want that lead official to communicate.
Okay.
We'll have to figure out who's going to be the refs this week, and I'll communicate personally to them. The head official has to communicate to every ref, and both the commentary and the score people, so that everybody knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah, because like even Eric's point of view too, and during my game, Sway at one point had 4 fouls. It would have been nice for Eric to know that Sway had 4 fouls. Same thing with me. It would have been nice for me to know that Dame had 4 fouls because we
It
would have
changes
just
every
been
game
attacking
plan,
that guy
100%.
and trying to get them in foul trouble. Even you didn't know you had 5 fouls last season. It would have been
Yep.
nice for you to know during the game, hey, I have 5 fouls.
Yeah, and I did
need
an
to get
intentional foul for the 6th one.
Yeah, it would have
The
been.
6th one was an intentional
It
foul.
would have been nice to know, hey, I need to
100%.
get the fuck out the game and not
Yeah.
foul this guy.
Well,
You
it
know
was
what
a
I'm
game
saying?
and we only had 6 players, and there was a minute left, and I intentionally fouled somebody to stop the ball.
Santi's calling me.
Nah, well, we'll talk to Santi. But yes, I agree.
I'm just saying, it would have
Yes.
been nice to like every
sure.
captain to know, hey, this guy's in foul trouble, or we have this many team fouls on this team. We need to attack the basket so we can go to the bonus and to the free throw line. Because my team did pretty well shooting free throws. I think we only missed 2.
God
Yeah,
damn, my team did not.
So it would, like I'm saying, it would have been nice for every team and every captain to know, hey, this guy's in foul trouble, or we have this many team fouls. Because it's tough. Even like you're in the game, you're only focusing on the game. You can't really, you don't know the fouls and all that. But it'd be nice just to hear every couple minutes, like
Oh yeah.
this team fouls or this guy has this many fouls. It changes up the whole strategy of the whole game.
All right, last question before we move on to the last thing. We're looking at the rookie class. Where do you rank them, like
Too
class-wise?
early to tell, man.
It is early to tell.
Really?
You
Too
look
early?
at you look at talent, and we had this debate last season, right?
We did.
And what we came down to was season 3 and season 5, right? Those are the 2 that we said were the strongest. Season 4 was the weakest of the modern era. I say modern era because
So
from
is it
4 to
season
6 teams,
3 on or 4 on?
I think 3 on. Because 3 had Yusuf, Sway,
Why does Tommy have his mask on in the
Tyreek.
picture?
He's an
There's a
idiot.
whole lot of that going on.
So-
It's not that he
So
didn't get a
3 was
haircut.
it
My
Yusuf,
favorite
haircut.
My
Sway.
favorite.
3 was loaded.
Who was in there?
I wish I said
What season are we talking about?
Season 3.
Who would you have?
Yusuf, Sway. I mean,
I'm trying to think
Tyreek,
who was season 3. Was it Dame too?
Lewis, Dame.
Yes.
It was a
Lewis wasn't in season 3. It was season 4.
Dude, it was
Yeah, he was season 4. Season 3 was Dame.
when we had spoke
Vaughn.
about it. When we had spoke about it, season 3 was the season that we thought was the strongest draft class.
Well, was the draft class?
That was Braylon too.
No, Braylon was season
Yes,
3.
Braylon.
Yeah, that was the draft class that was most needed because we expanded 2 other teams.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like
Then we went
next-
one team. Then we went,
So
but
I
now
feel
we're in
like-
the same amount of teams,
Yeah.
and this is arguably as strong as the other team.
Season 4, I would say.
I mean, it's definitely stronger than season 4. It's
Season
definitely
4
stronger than
was
season 4.
Nick Choi, wasn't it?
Nick Choi.
Phil,
1v1.
1v1. That's still a strong draft class.
Yeah, it
those
is.
3 right there just.
Yeah, but there's not a weak link here. You know, like there was weak links in some of these other draft classes that if you look at the full
But
draft
it's
class,
smaller.
yes, which
That's
makes
what
it
makes
more.
it easier.
Yes, but it also makes it more impressive the impact that these guys had on the top 2 rounds
Yeah.
in particular, and that they're having on their teams. I mean, you have a dynamic duo straight out of this draft class with Alex and Shane.
Yeah, you add Tommy to that. That's scoring.
You add Dom to that.
Then you can have
You add
Blake
Kaz
or
to that,
whatever.
who could be at the end of the season if Kaz keeps it up, could be in the arguments of one of the best big men in Celly Nation history.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a strong draft class. You can't put it above season 3 because of the depth in season 3. But I think that where we're at now, it is very evident that season 7 draft class is going to be
That's what I'm saying.
by
That's what I'm about to
far.
say.
It's going to be
So
insane.
by
adding
far 4 teams.
4 teams?
4 teams.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna add in
Yeah.
like
fucking loaded.
30 players because
40 at
guys
least
are going to
40
come back.
dudes.
Yeah, like it.
that we're gonna be adding.
Yeah.
At least 10.
And
of
even the
those gonna be at
tryout,
least
the
first
tryout
rounders.
that you guys couldn't even be able to see, unfortunately. That tryout was
Loaded.
incredible.
It was
Loaded.
insane.
Incredible.
Yeah.
First, second, third round picks out the ass. It was, and we only invited 4 people.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous how talented that tryout was.
Yeah.
So
And-
and they're gonna come back because I mean they go outside. Imagine we have an indoor tryout.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Indoor
I mean-
tryout, jerseys, like all the spots of they came out and I was explicit that there was 4 spots.
and they still
And they
at
still pulled
least
up.
what 8? It's not 8, like 50 guys at least.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys out there. 40 to 50 guys were out there on like less than a week's notice.
Yeah. Honestly, like the 4-day notice.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly, it was like a 4-day
Yeah.
notice,
And
and we
there-
did it on the fly.
Well,
I mean,
that shows how many people want to be in this league.
but we did a good job. I mean, we all had an
Shout out
opportunity to see everybody
Shout
play
out Tone.
and all this other stuff. So I feel like us.
Tone confused the
Shout out
fuck
the
out of
guys.
them with the mid-range drill in the
Hey,
beginning.
they figured it out. They figured it out. I mean,
Shout
that's
out
what we
Tone.
want. High IQ guys.
Orchestrating it.
My favorite part was like you called him. He's like, "Yo, Eric, help me out with the drill." And I'm like, "Dude, I don't even know.
I don't even know what's going on.
Oh man, but it went really well. And
It
the
did. Yeah, it
basis
was
of
fun.
the argument is the fact that season 3 is still the strongest, but
Next season will.
next season is.
make
I
a
don't
run
think
for
it's
it.
gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a run. I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
I think next season is gonna be far and away
The
the
best.
best draft class that we'll ever will
That's
have.
gonna be our 2003 NBA draft.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
I
very
don't know. I
excited.
feel like the season 3 was our 2003,
You think so?
and then
I mean, I can see it. I can see it.
because that's like that's what
That's
started.
basically-
it.
That's what started it.
Yeah.
You're right.
And then
Yeah.
this draft
It
class.
just started the
is more
trajectory
Whatever
of
Steph was
how.
drafted,
Yeah.
this is
Like,
that.
yeah, the James Harden, Steph
Yeah.
draft class. That's what this one could be. Because
Yeah.
like that one started for us. Without those guys, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in.
Do you
I mean, but you got to go earlier than that. It
If
really.
it wasn't for season 1, which I wasn't there.
But
I
if
was
you
here
start,
season 2,
you really start,
I
and,
was in
and
season
people ask the question, or they question why I'm always picking AJ. It starts with AJ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, he
Yeah.
was the
He sets the standard.
he
yeah.
was the premier guy in
Yeah.
the league in season 1. Then you go to
Yeah.
season 2, and we
Season
get
2
Dom
kinda-
because of him.
Yep.
Dude, I mean, season 2, you got Dom, you got Santu, you got Johnny. You have talent coming into the league season
Yep.
2.
because it was indoor.
Exactly.
Did a lot.
And that's what, and then
that's what intrigued me.
and then you get to the next stage in season 3, bro. That
That was fun. Season 2 is
Season
one of my
3, yeah.
favorite seasons. Too.
it was a good time, man. Season 4 was my favorite season, but
Of
I'm
course.
biased. That team was so fun. But
Yeah, season 4 for me too.
Every season is just fun to witness as a bystander. The most unenjoyable part is playing the games for me now. It really is.
Yeah, all the outside stuff is crazy. You know?
Yeah,
It's
dude,
like,
I have some shit in the works too that I really hope I can make happen. But we have a lot of fun.
we're
shit
heading
in
there,
store.
man. We're
A lot
heading
of
there
fun
for
shit in
sure.
store.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever think we're gonna have like an all Celly team or something like that?
We already do.
Yeah.
We already have the All-Star
All-Star
team.
team,
We already
man.
play
All-Star
pro
I
team.
teams.
mean,
Yeah.
like, you know how they have like NBA first team.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. I'm
Yeah.
sure we will.
Yeah,
We'll probably do that this
We could do
season.
like extra voting for like who's in
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
The all team.
Is there like an automatic ballot? Do you think for that first team, like all Celly first team?
I mean, people that win awards, maybe.
It's too early to tell.
Yeah,
It's
it's
week 1.
dude. There's
Yeah.
so many guys. The first 2 rounds are loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are fucking loaded.
Yeah,
There's
Dom
16
Dom
guys.
went second round, and he's a first rounder.
Yeah, he was fucking screaming
Yeah.
that shit all.
I mean, a
day.
lot of the guys that went second round are first rounders, so
Yeah.
that explains it.
Anything in the chat before we go into the last thing?
No, doesn't
No
seem like it.
questions?
Anybody in the chat want to talk about anything in particular? If not, we're gonna go into the final topic of the evening.
We're drinking on Monster, so we could be here all of night.
Monster and
I know,
Crown.
I'm like wide awake.
Tomorrow is fucking 4th of July.
It is, yeah, fuck it. Who cares?
Shout out you guys for tuning into the chat. Eric still has that other
Yeah,
8
we still
digits
got
for the
the
Uber
8 digits
discount.
for you.
$25 gift card. Shout out.
That's
to
a good
Man
gift,
E.
bro. I think it. What is
Yeah,
it?
I'll
It's
do it.
just Uber
Yeah,
Eats.
just Uber Eats.
Uber
We're,
Eats.
we're
yeah.
about to use it in here.
Yeah, I'm about to order Uber Eats right now.
You know
No
what?
one answers the question.
Fuck you guys. We're gonna get some McDonald's sitting right here. Fuck you. We're hanging out all night.
Shit don't work.
That's what I'm saying, Sway. That's why Tone was trying to recreate our team
I don't
getting
know about that,
spanked.
Sway.
Season 4 dogs.
Season 2 is kind of nice.
Season 4 baby
Season
Blue
2 is
Lions.
kinda
Big
nice.
Blue Lions. Yeah.
was okay,
Oh,
but
I mean,
season 4 dogs
Nacho,
was fun,
AJ, fucking
Yeah.
man.
All right, I guess we'll go to the last thing, which is gonna be everybody's favorite thing, low key, the week 2 predictions.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
This is a fun matchup.
Here we
Just
go.
look at Axel's cock. God damn it, Axel. What the fuck is this?
I love that.
This is where all the court yelling begins.
God.
The podcast didn't believe in us.
Oh my god.
Game 1.
Yeah.
You got
God
La
damn it.
Familia going up against the Reapers, 2 undefeated teams trying to keep their perfect season alive. Tone, who do you got?
Well, stop.
You're gonna ask the captain first on who he's got. His team, bro.
The logo looks good on the
Yeah.
ball, though. The logo looks good on the ball.
It does. Hey, I love how you added
Ryan,
that. That
I'm
was
pointing
definitely
Ryan
a good addition to the league.
Thank you.
Ryan's pointing at me. I'm
Ryan,
pointing
say
at
you know
him.
what's up. You know what's up.
I fucking love Ryan, man. I'm upset you
Ryan
took it
is
from
my
me.
guy.
Yeah.
But
Ryan's-
what about you, Dean? La Familia or the Reapers? 2 hot teams.
I mean, the Reapers do have a tough duo, but I feel like La Familia has the defense to be able to slow it down. So, I mean, like Mike said, it's so even. It really is. Like, across the board, like, all the games that I watched, it was just back and forth all
You didn't
day.
watch the dogs in Macon.
I didn't watch
Did you
that.
not post that
but
on
the
purpose?
first-
Is that what it
No,
is?
it's edited now. It
I
edited like an
didn't
hour
see the
ago.
game because I had to leave. Ish wanted to fall asleep, so shout out Ish. Yeah, I mean the first 3 games that I saw at least were just so back and forth. It's really hard to call these games. I mean, it's. I think it's gonna be another nail biter, like kind of like how your guys' game. I don't think they're gonna have to come back. I think it's gonna stay that way the entire game. But
Dean,
I don't know.
The question is, answer the question. Which team?
Which team?
Like,
Tone, you're gonna hate me, but I'm
It's
gonna
alright, say
I'm
the
gonna give it
Reapers.
to the Reapers.
That's fine.
I'm gonna give it to the Reapers.
That's fine.
I think Dom and Braylon are gonna come down to clutch time and just have more firepower than you are. Unfortunately, yeah, that's my thought.
I'm
The
not, I'm
Reapers.
not mad at nothing. It's your
Yeah.
opinion.
I love no, it's because you're my guy. I love
Yeah.
you, but
I love
yeah,
you too, but
yeah.
it's your opinion. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be mad at your opinion.
Reapers by like maybe 1 or 2 points. Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go Reapers. Now, I do believe also this is going to be a close game, but I do feel like Braylon and Dom is too much of a firepower, and you guys may be a little bit too small for those 2. So I'm going to go Braylon. I'm going to go Reapers.
You go Braylon.
Go.
Why
He's
you
gonna go
why
Braylon.
You trade up
He's
to
a
get Braylon.
Braylon's gonna win the
Why
entire
you trade
game.
up to get Braylon? We had this discussion,
Oh.
and you're like, oh, I'm good. And now your guys
Look, you
not
can
here.
I mean, it's unpredictable as we know every time we call games.
I'm staying on business.
understand
I'm going
everybody's
Reapers.
opinion.
But we have
I'm going
opinions.
I am not gonna be mad at anyone's opinion.
Yeah.
It's
So
y'all's
we got
opinion.
we got two Reapers,
Mike.
one La Familia.
I have
Are you tired
enough
it?
Crown and Monster in my system that I'm just so excited for Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I think this matchup is going to be so much
It's gonna
fun
be
to
a fun
watch.
ass game.
I'm really excited. But I'm going to say it, and obviously you can't put my dogs in the conversation. Reapers are my favorite team. I genuinely believe, and I'm on my
Was
ownership.
that after week 1 or before even?
After week 1, just seeing after today making the social media post, realizing that they have 6 guys from season 1,
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Reapers.
A lot of guys
On
who've
the-
grown too.
I'm rooting for the Reapers. I'm rooting for Sauce. I said this to myself a couple of days ago, and I hate saying it out loud because obviously I'm in charge of a team. And Nick told me yesterday there's going to be a day where I got to not be in charge of a team, and he's probably right. But right now, I'm rooting for the Reapers. That's my favorite team to watch. My favorite team to witness together. Seeing those guys, just knowing the history of all the different teams that they've played for, and now they're all together on one team.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see.
It is cool to
It's really
see.
cool to
Yeah.
see that.
You're right.
So I'm going for the Reapers, and it's no disrespect to Familia,
No,
because
it's-
I really like Familia too.
Thank you.
And if Spank was on that team,
I
I'd
know.
probably go Spank because of the dog connection. And I like Ty, and I'm happy that Ty's
I'm
healthy.
happy Ty's good.
I'm really happy for that, but I'm going Reaps. Reaper's going to reap.
Sure. So we got Reapers. The pod's taking Reapers. Game 1.
Now, in the chat, you did ask if anyone had anything to say, and Sway said, let's talk about Brisky. So I do want to say one thing about Brisky. Came over multiple times to the commentary booth screaming that he is the team.
He is the system.
He is.
the system. That's what he's saying.
Oh, bro.
If you're in the chat,
Look,
Yelling
can I
at
say?
Zane's in Mexico.
Hold on.
Zane hasn't been here. Zane's going to miss the whole season.
Let me
'cause
say
he's going to
something.
Mexico.
As his teammate, he did say, he said, Dean, I saw you on the pod, talk your shit. Yusuf, come on, bro. That's
He yelled it at
you
little
can't
kids.
say that shit.
He yelled it into the commentary booth.
He yelled-
Josh doesn't care.
He yelled it at the J&J family, my sponsor. He yelled it at all of them.
Okay, Yusuf, come on, bro.
God
You
damn
know you're not the only one
He's
Oh, no,
he is
performing
the
on the
system.
team.
He is the team.
He is the team.
Even though Chef had the best stats on
Chef-
your team, he is the team.
Yusuf, we gotta talk. That's all I gotta
gotta
say.
talk.
We gotta talk.
Dean, it's nice to see you in pink. Just think about it. It's nice to see you in pink.
He wanted to be a
Or
dog.
light blue.
He made it very clear he wanted to be a dog.
I did. Me and Mike have a good connection, man. We got
Yeah.
good chemistry.
I mean,
we
if
got
we're,
good
I love
if we're
Dean.
gonna stay on the same note, somebody else made it very clear they want to be a Mamba.
Yeah.
Tommy. If we want to call out names here.
Yeah, talk about the names.
Tommy also wanted to be a dog too.
Really?
Oh yeah, bro.
Tommy wanted to wear
Oh.
pink too.
Somebody else. wanted
Tommy
to be a
just
dog.
didn't want to be a Mako. If we're just putting it out there, Tommy didn't want to be a Mako, which
No,
I
no,
get.
this
I
is
get.
good. Let Luke deal with this.
I get it, Tommy. You're not in the chat anymore. Probably out smoking a blunt somewhere.
He's probably in downtown Orlando
Yeah, doing
somewhere.
something.
Doing shots, yeah.
Doing
Some
shots
real-
of Mike
real
Mitchell
quick-
Watch,
left
he's,
shots.
he's recording fights somewhere.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
quick, shout out to Luke.
We
and
love
those-
Luke.
No,
for
I
all
love
these
Luke.
cool, all
That's
these
my
cool
guy.
pictures they take week in, week out.
Him and Ash.
And they edit those. And Ash.
Can't
And they
forget about
edit
Ash.
them. So shout out those boys.
And
And
if you
her,
want
and
your
girl.
pictures edited, please, for the love of God, stop posting these pictures with the wrinkly ass background. Have Luke edit it. Pay him $5, $10, whatever the fuck he wants. Pay him a couple dollars. Let him edit the shit. It's a wrinkly ass back. The backdrop looks fucking horrendous. I did that because I'm gonna remove the backdrop, and I know how to graphic design. Those were not for you guys to post, Dean. Those are not for you guys to post with this shitty ass background. It looked fucking horrendous.
I thought it
Yes,
looked
you guys
cool
do.
in it, though.
It looks stupid. It looks like, you know what Ash tells me? It looks like somebody's holding up a sheet in a bedroom, and you guys are standing there taking a picture. It looks stupid as fuck.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not your fault. Not everybody knows how to graphic design, but I tell you who does. Luke. So
Luke
hit up
does.
Luke.
He
Hit
does
up
a good
Luke,
job.
man. Hit up Luke.
He
man.
wants to build his portfolio. That's why he took the pictures. He's trying to get some clients. So that's why we had him do the photos. But pay him $5, $10. He'll edit the photo, make you look sexy, make the backdrop not
Yeah,
look
baby.
wrinkly, and then you'll be good to go.
nuts.
Sexy Dean.
No, Mike loves to hate on me, dude.
Dean got so
Look,
salty.
no. Let me explain. Everybody else got such a sweet comment, and I get. This guy is so cool. Like, fuck you, bro. Come on, dude.
It's because he posts so many selfies.
Yeah. All right. Look, Selling Nation baddies coming out soon.
Oh,
Don't worry. We talked. It's in the talks. Me and Ish are
Listen,
working on
the
it.
thing is this, Batman, are you still subscribed to Selling Nation After Dark? Because if so, Dean's going to post selfies on that page.
Don't worry.
God
You guys
damn
are gonna
it.
get the exclusive.
This is when the podcast gets good. When the monster and the crown starts hitting, that's when the podcast gets good. Let's get on to game 2.
It always hits.
All right, game 2.
Game 2. Who do you got? Game
Okay,
2?
before I get to because Luke said the posting the raw images is rough. Yes, it is. And let me say, it's not Luke's fault. I posted this Saturday before we were going to take pictures. I had my car fully packed. I was ready to go to Winter Park, and then Ryan texted me that it wasn't going to happen. So the jerseys and the backdrop sat in my car for over a week. So that backdrop was wrinkled as fuck. So that's why the backdrop was so wrinkly, because I didn't want to take it back 3 flights of stairs. So it's not Luke's fault that the pictures were wrinkly, but he can fix it if you just give him a couple dollars. Just saying. So, over to you.
What's
Game 2. This is probably my favorite post. Batman.
Oh my god.
Why you got the glasses?
Yeah, shout out Batman, man.
I love Batman.
I pulled up in a Batman shirt, and I didn't even realize that I had a Batman shirt on for
What?
Batman. So.
How do you
No.
not know you have a Batman shirt?
I just put on a random shirt in my closet, and it said Batman.
We gotta invest in a Batman.
Oh,
I love how he's wearing shades in the
That's
picture
what I was
too.
saying.
Like,
He
come
got
on.
glasses.
Zane is in the chat, live from Cabo. Zane Burke. Zane Burke. He's not going to be here for the first week.
Or
He's
the
not going to be
second
here for the
week.
last week. He might not be here for any weeks, but
the
he
Gorillas
sponsored
are
a
not making
team,
the championship.
so he's the
They
captain.
might not have a
But who
captain.
is the captain? If
Well, the
he's
thing
the
is
The
this.
Gorillas aren't making the
But
championship.
No, not you.
The thing is this.
You know that.
Zane didn't pick the team according to Yusuf.
Yusuf
picked the
Yusuf
team,
told-
and he is the
He
team.
is the team. He is the system.
And he picked the team.
He's gonna yell at children to say he
he's
is
a
the system.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
idiot. Yeah, that's the last thing we need is more fucking
I
monster.
think we might have Uno on the line.
No, fuck
I had
no.
Santi call me earlier.
We don't need call-ins right now. We don't
I
need
know we
call-ins.
did call it. All right.
So last thing
So
we need.
it is
All right,
podcast.
game
Hit
two.
me up in the chat.
Game two.
Game
That's
2.
a good game though.
We
Makos
got
and
the
Mambas.
Mambas.
Who's gonna play
Looking-
defense?
looking
A
I
lot,
want-
get
yeah.
there first.
Again,
Who's gonna play
a lot of scoring.
That's
A lot of
That's good,
scoring.
that's good, yeah.
I think
Jesus.
God damn it! That's okay. At least it was on the shoe, not the fucking.
I'll put my input first.
Yeah.
I think that this will be
Oh my
another
God,
high
you
scoring
fucking
game.
I got you.
Thank you.
I think
You
this
got
will
the
be
fucking
another
hat.
high scoring game.
Do you?
I do see the Makos taking it, but I could be surprised.
Who's gonna
I
play
don't know.
defense?
It's gonna
first?
be it's just gonna be another back and forth. Who scores more points that day?
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to go to?
I think the Makos have a little more firepower than the Mamas do, so I'm gonna take the Makos.
You're gonna take the Makos. So we got one for the Makos. What do you got? What do you got, Tone?
Well,
Go work
I
on the camera.
love the Makos, and I love the Mambas. I love Pat, but I'm gonna go Makos because Luke has that championship experience.
Yeah.
He does. He's got he's got enough seasons on his belt to know what to do. and
But
He's looking to
I
take
think
the
it's
streak
gonna be
alive, too.
close, high scoring.
it is going to be a high scoring game.
I think I don't know if it's gonna be in the 90s now.
It may be like 80s,
But it'll
70s.
be
Yeah.
in the 70s. It'll be in the 80s. Tommy will hit some fours. Tommy, I know you're in the chat.
Not the first one.
But I think it's gonna be high scoring. I love Alex's game. I love Shane's game. Let's see if Kyle King shows up. I think Kyle King.
Yeah,
could
that's
be an
going to be
X
the
factor
difference
for the
maker.
team.
You
Look,
think that'll make a difference?
Kyle King definitely
Bro,
makes a difference because
he's
he
underrated.
brings-
He's
he brings
underrated.
energy
I think so, too.
Yeah.
on the court and off the court on the bench because he helped the Goblins out last year. Just
he
his
helped
energy
us
off the bench.
tremendously.
And then
He
him,
did.
just size in general. There's not a lot of size in this league, and Kyle King, as big as he is, and I've seen him in the All-Star practices, he's gotten better.
He's gotten way better. Yeah.
He's been. I'm not gonna say like, oh, he's like the next big like Larry Bird or whatever. But he makes a difference just from his energy, his hustle, him just hustling for
Yeah.
rebounds. That's gonna help out the Mambas so he can push
His defense,
the break.
too. He's got
I
good
love-
defense, too.
I know that Pat likes pressing and speeding up the tempo and speeding up the pace. So I think the Makos are gonna win. It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be
be
close,
high
yeah.
scoring game. I don't think we're gonna have a blowout, in my opinion, any game this season unless people miss or someone doesn't show up.
Yeah, it's got to be a disadvantage, like handicap type of thing.
Or
Yeah.
too many technical fouls. That'll be the only way there will be a blowout. But I got Makos.
Yeah, Makos. I'm gonna go Makos too. Also, definitely.
So we got
gonna go
Makos.
Yep, we got
All three
Makos,
Makos.
yep.
3 Makos.
What do you got, Mike? What do you got?
Clean sweep.
No,
Ooh.
You got Mambas?
I got Mamas. I think with Kyle
Oh.
King, it's gonna really if they have Kyle King.
That's what I
They
said.
do.
Yeah.
They do. They
Okay.
should. Yep.
If they have a full roster, I think Mamas win. I think Kyle King has gotten way better at basketball.
I said
Shout out
Um,
Kyle King, man. He's improved
shout out
so
Big Bird.
much.
Yes, sir.
He
I
really
think,
has.
I think
What's his role?
you look at the roster and they're smarter than the Mamas are smarter than we were last week. So I don't think they're gonna get those like easy steals that they got against us. I don't think they're gonna have the easy transition buckets that they got against us. I think they're gonna have a harder time scoring, and I think that the lingering issues that occurred at the end of last game are gonna roll over a little bit into this week.
Is Trey coming?
I don't know. Trey's been in the chat, so Trey, are you gonna be there? The people want to know.
We need
Come
to
and
know,
ask.
Trey.
What?
We need
Could
to
you guys
know.
recap, like, for 2 seconds what happened there with Trey?
So
I don't
He
know
was upset
minutes.
about PT.
he's
Yeah,
upset
no,
about
no,
playing time. Supposedly there was another voice coming in to speak in Trey's behalf.
He brought his family out, I think.
And I think his
Yeah.
dad came and he
Yeah.
was upset that he didn't play as much.
Okay.
But we'll
He did
see.
play the
So
minimum amount of minutes.
So what we heard is you're not returning. We need to know. Are you going to be there?
Yeah.
the thing
I
is
don't
this,
think that should be a thing.
So
man.
let me just say this: it's a double-edged sword. I understand both sides of it. For Luke, Trey played the minimum amount of minutes. He played it over 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Technically, the right amount.
Which is
On-
8, by the way.
Yeah. On Trey's side, you're up by 25. Probably let your bench get some burn.
Yeah.
Let your
Yeah.
guys get minutes in those kind of games.
It's not even like it's a bad bench either.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
dude, Trey can hit three. Trey played very well last season. I
Yeah.
played with him outside of it.
He was an X factor
He's
on
a
that team.
solid
yeah.
player.
Yeah.
Very solid player. In my opinion, you're up by that much. You let your guys
Let
get
your bench
burned.
play.
But it's live and learn, man. On all sides, I understand both perspective of it. I've been in both shoes, so I get it. They both have a right to feel some type of way. I hope that they can talk about it, squash it, and be good. I know they came up to me and asked for my help with the situation. I said I can't do much until we figure out the minute situation. And from a technicality standpoint, you played the minimum amount of minutes that's required, so I can't really do much for you on that end. It's a matter of figuring out amongst your team and amongst Luke how to get the minutes and how to get the rotations
Yeah,
correct.
it should be motivating to those players that do get less minutes, even though they're not necessarily bad players. It's just based
gotta
on the
do
game and
something.
based on the
But-
system.
But
yeah.
okay. So it's a double-edged sword. I know I just said that, but
Yeah.
in the way of yes, you say that, but imagine being the player that sits on the bench for 16 minutes and then they get in for the last 4 minutes of a half.
Yeah.
How easy is it to get going or to hit your
It's not,
one
yeah.
or two shots that you're going to get?
Yeah.
It's not.
So I get both perspectives, and like for us, Jay Nola got 4 minutes in the first half. Second half, he played well, so he stayed in for 11 minutes. It's hard if you're not like Jay Nola was a hustle guy. That's why he stayed in.
Yeah.
He gave us good inspiration. So for the guys that are on the bench, that are coming off the bench, that may not have a big role, you need to be a hustle guy. You need to be an X factor in that way.
Yeah,
making
you got to
those
change
plays.
your mindset.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
dive. Make those plays off the ball to where your captain's like, okay, this guy's an asset to keep in at the end of a game because I know that if there's a loose ball, he's going to go for it. If there's a rebound, he's going to die for it. Like Kyson. Kyson's starting now because Kyson is gritty
He's
as
the last
fuck.
round pick.
Yeah, and he's gritty as fuck.
Yeah.
Kyson is like, he's going to die for balls. He'll punch somebody in the face for a basketball. He doesn't care. That's what you need to have if you're looking to get more minutes. And Kyson has earned the minutes that he's got over the past 5 seasons.
Yep.
All right, game 3.
Oh, before we go to game 3.
Oh, sorry.
Real quick, on the same note, because you said there was a little rumor about your rotation with your bench.
My bench?
Yeah. Dallas confirming that he only had 7 minutes.
Well, that's not true.
Not
he had
true.
14
He had
and a half.
14 and a half.
Yes.
Oh, you
It was
didn't even
stated. It was stated before the
stated earlier.
podcast. Yeah.
know? Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just-
I made sure that I counted everybody's minutes to make sure that everybody had the correct minutes.
Look, it's one game. All right, if it's the first game of the
I'm just
season,
trying to give a team a tech for the next season.
yeah, but no one's getting a tech.
Dallas played 11 minutes in the first half. He played over 11 minutes in the first half.
I tried, guys. I tried.
It's gonna go game by game. If you're playing well that game, you're gonna play longer. If you're not, you're gonna sit. Myself included. Everybody knows that. If you're not playing well, you're gonna sit. If you're gonna perform, you're gonna play more. That's just how it works.
Shout out Joel, like and subscribe. All right, Eric.
Everybody is guaranteed 8 minutes. What
Yeah.
you do in those 8 minutes is gonna guarantee more minutes.
More minutes, exactly. That's what the
Right.
coach.
That's what happened.
Let's not overlook
Jay
it.
Nola,
Yeah.
guaranteed 8 minutes, and he ended up playing the 5th most amount of minutes on the team. He played over 15, almost 16 minutes in the game. In the
Yep.
first half, he only played 4. So the second half, he played 10, 11 minutes because he played fucking well.
Yep.
That's how it goes. If you prove that, all right, this guy needs to stay on the court, he'll stay on the court.
Yep.
He'll stay on the court. Doesn't
That's how it
matter the
works.
name on your jersey.
And it's also all about trust, dude. You gotta trust your teammates. If the dude's in and you're on the bench,
Support.
support
him.
Trust
Yeah,
that
we
he's gonna,
play one time a week, man. Like
Yeah.
you got to take what you can get that day. It's just how it works.
All right, game three. We got the Panthers versus the Gorillas. Captain Zane making his debut for the first
He's making
time.
his
Is he
debut.
playing?
No, but he might be stuck in Tulum
That's what I'm
because,
saying. Is he playing?
because of the storm. Is he
Oh
playing?
my God.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you the
We'll stay an extra.
No.
Why not?
I'll tell you the inside
Him
scoop.
and Ali might spend
He-
an extra night.
No, he
That's cool. We love inside
he
scoops.
wants to take more of a coaching role this season. He doesn't want to play as many minutes because he knows how much depth we have on our team, and he wants to see what our main guys could do for the amount of minutes that we're going to get. So he's not going to try to play as much as he would if he was like on the Baby Blue Lions, for example. But you never know. He could sub in if one of us are like, for example, me, Ish, Pat, whoever's struggling that game. He's going to play more, but from what he said, he's going to take a backseat role. So we'll see what happens there.
So we played with Zane the other day at Lakeside. He didn't miss.
Yeah.
I think he's on his even number season thing.
No, for sure.
He's an even number player, man. I would let him ride.
I think he
I would let him ride.
It's a mental thing for him. He knows he's taking a backseat role, so he's not putting as much pressure on himself. So why he's performing better is because of that. When he
Fair
puts
enough.
too much pressure on himself to perform, then he's gonna struggle a little bit because it's a mental thing for him. So same way that I play too. A lot of us players too. It's a mental thing for a lot of us.
Before we move on, Trey in the comments. Playing time, yes. My main problem was the subbing. When we got that tech that didn't need to happen and I got blamed for it, that's the reason why I was upset. You look dumb shots when I'm wide open and I'm not going for that great basketball. I agree, Trey. I don't know what happened on your end. What it felt like from our perspective playing against you is that you guys were trying to do subs to slow down the clock. And I don't know if that's accurate at all. I could be completely wrong reading into that situation, but it seemed like they kept trying to sub in and out to slow down the clock and waste time. And then you got caught on the bad end of that. But I agree to an extent to what you're saying. Of you're getting blamed for things that aren't necessarily your problem. At the end of the day, you guys were still up by 20. So like to yell at somebody or to get mad at somebody, I get that the bad habits will linger and you got to kind of correct things as they go. But at a certain point, you're up by 20. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Let's close it out on a good note. Let's get our bench in and let's have fun. But
You gotta let your egos go at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The sub thing,
It's
too,
hard to do,
it's
but you
on
gotta
the
do it.
person subbing in, because the captain tells you who you're subbing in for. So you gotta let the person know, hey, I'm going in for you, so they can run off.
But it wasn't just on Trey.
I'm not saying it's on
Yeah,
Trey.
no, no,
I'm saying it's a team thing.
Yeah, and I'm saying too, a matter of there were 7 on the court when we checked the ball in. G.
Yeah.
Lopez and Trey were on the court, and
I'm
both of them were
saying
getting
it's
subbed
the
out.
sub's fault
Yes.
because they came in without letting them
Yes.
know that
Yeah.
they're subbing in for them. It's like when you play a regular
Yeah,
like,
communication's
high school
key
game,
at that point,
The
yeah.
coach tells you, hey, you're going in for this guy, right? So you're subbing in, pointing at this guy, be like, hey, I'm subbing in for you. Who are you guarding? So I know coming in, this is the person I'm guarding. This is why I'm in for you.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's Luke's fault. I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. I'm just saying It's a team's fault because the coach and the players coming in, letting the players know that's on the court. I'm subbing in for you, so that's the 5-second rule too. So then the 5 seconds can go quicker because I know I'm subbing in for this person, so there's no hesitation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's Trey's fault. I'm not saying it's Luke's fault. I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. It's a team's fault.
Yeah, I think it's a miscommunication amongst everybody. I think and at the end of the day, it escalated to more than it needed to be, and that's like the whole beef amongst the team with Fritz not getting enough touch. I think all of it escalated further than it needed to be, and it's not any one person's fault in any particular instance. And I'm not blaming Luke, not blaming Trey, I'm not blaming his girl or anybody that was in that situation. I think that in general,
it's everybody's fault.
Yeah, it's week one.
Yeah, it's week one. It's week one.
You got to take that into account.
It's a long season.
Week one will
with
always
no
be a learning.
scrimmages, it's gonna happen.
It's always going to be a learning curve for sure. Exactly.
Especially without
scrimmages. At this point, every player that's been in the league should know that there's going to be adjustments that are going to be made, and just take it, take it back. Don't get so frustrated. Don't get so emotional about it.
But if you're a player like Trey, and you look at last season, there was games where he didn't play very many minutes, but there was also games where he played more minutes.
Where he shined, and that's going to happen
really
for him. That's going to happen for him.
And that's the thing of being a guy off the bench, 6th, 7th, 8th man, where there's going to be games where you could play 20 minutes, and there's going to be games where you could play 10, 11 minutes.
All right, let's take STK, for example. He got picked in the last round, and he thrived in his role. So you got to understand that you have a role on this team.
And you got to pick in the last round.
Yeah.
He played 25 minutes for us.
Exactly.
You got was drafted in the 7th.
Exactly.
So when you let your ego aside and you understand,
it's about productivity.
Yeah, you got to understand the process.
Yeah, productivity in that particular game. There's not a single player in the league, in my opinion, that is so bad that they can't get a 20-minute game.
No.
And they can't be impactful.
Everybody's going to have their moment to shine, and even the top players are going to struggle some games.
Like
it's going to happen.
Saying he played 7 minutes. He played 14. For a third-round pick, 14 minutes is not a lot. But if you look at the way he was playing, he was we weren't comfortable amongst each other because we didn't have as much playing time as a unit.
But the next game,
but Dallas
he could flourish.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Dallas is a phenomenal basketball player.
Yeah,
and so the next game he could play 35.
Yep.
So there's gonna be a variety of minutes. It's depending on who's doing well in what game.
Yep.
And that's really
you got to buy into that aspect
100%.
within itself.
100%.
That's the key thing.
And that's the key thing as a player.
Yeah.
Being able to just buy in.
Yep. Today I might not be playing as much, but I have a certain role on the bench where I'm bringing energy. Maybe this game I'm scoring a lot. It's gonna vary week to week.
Us as captains too, we think in our heads we don't play enough, right? But we feel like we can play more to contribute more to the team.
I can't put me in that.
I know you're not in that, but I'm saying it's like me. I know you did that. I know Eric did that.
Yeah.
Sauce did that a good amount. Luke did that. We play less than a minimum amount sometimes.
Yeah.
Because
never.
Well, not you.
Not you.
I'm not
you were in the whole game.
I'm not saying you.
I'm sorry for my teammates.
I'm saying other, even myself included. I probably play less than a minimum amount because I'm more worried about the other guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you, because your philosophy is different from my philosophy. I feel like I contribute more on the bench with the board.
You're a coach.
With rotations and making sure everybody's happy.
Yep.
That's my strength.
It's difficult.
Other people's strength is on the court.
You're a coach. That's what you're good at.
You're a player.
I'm a middle linebacker. At the heart of it, I'm a middle linebacker. And what the middle linebacker needs to be is on the field to direct what is going on.
What's going on.
100%.
Yeah. I agree.
100%.
But I'm saying different captains have different
roles.
things.
Yes.
And it's hard for us to see that, one, with some captains without a scrimmage, without even just seeing everybody play in the gym, or even just not us, all of us getting in the gym all at the same time. That's tough.
I called him before. I'm sober. I'm not drinking. And then I poured Monster in a glass, and he's like, I'm drinking.
So to finish my point, all I'm saying is for y'all 6th, 7th, 8th rounders, just because you don't play a lot one game doesn't mean we don't like you. It just means like, hey, I feel like this other guy
Yep.
can contribute on the court more than you at the time.
Yeah, he's hitting more shots. He's giving more hustle.
Exactly.
And when
It's what you see. It's what you see in that
So-
moment.
So
So
you can't say because of the captain, because us captains majority of us play less.
yeah, but
than
that
the
bench
players.
that bench player next week could be the X factor for that
Exactly.
game.
So I'm saying
Don't be upset about
it. Because you
Just
need
buy
less.
into there's a longevity of the season.
Exactly.
There's going to be times for you to shine. Today's not that day. I'm
love
going to
the
go
podcast.
ahead and just play my role for that day. That's it.
So
yeah.
So all I'm saying is sometimes you contribute in a game, sometimes you don't. For example, for me last season, I had Horace, which is an 8th rounder. He started some games
Yeah.
because he just
Yeah.
played hard.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not the end of the world because
It's not.
where you're drafted or what people see you as. It's more like do what you're supposed to do, and if you play hard enough, then your minutes will go up.
Yep.
But if you start bitching and complaining, then as a captain, you're like, why am I going to put you in the game if all you're going to do is bitch and
Yep.
complain?
Yep.
So then your minutes will go down.
The conclusion is just buy into whatever's happening
So-
in that moment.
Yep.
Also, Luke just texted me saying that we need to have people also not come to the bench because supposedly Trey's girl came to the bench.
That is technically a tech, and I will.
I was getting ready to throw
It's
it.
it's
Ash.
week 1. It's week 1.
Ash.
So
Ash,
Saved
if
you.
you hear it though, Ash is
saved
screaming
you.
on the
This
sideline.
is what Luke
Ash
said.
saved
Trey's
you. I was
girl
getting ready
was
to
going to
throw
make
that.
me lose my shit. That's
Okay,
what Luke said.
let's put it like this. I'm gonna just because there's fighting going on in the chat, which I
Yeah.
do enjoy. But Tommy wants off the Makos, and he has wanted off. Apparently, he doesn't anymore. Trey, to you directly, ignore all the shit. You're a good player.
He is.
You're a very nice guy.
I mean, we've spent the last
I-
20 minutes talking
yeah,
about you. So
you're a
you
good
gotta
dude.
be good enough
Real
to.
good shooter.
I've played
Real
with
good
you
shooter.
in pickup now a handful of times.
He's good, man.
You're a very
He
nice
can
guy. I hope that you come back on Sunday. I hope you give the Makos another try. I understand that week 1 is going to be difficult for Luke and you, but at the end of the day, Luke is He's a
good captain,
very
man.
good captain. He's a very understanding captain, and he wants what's best for the team and the players. And I know that he wants to have a little bit more minutes than he did last season, but just have faith. Have faith in your guys. Have faith in everybody around you. Tommy, stop being an ass. Stop being a fucking asshole. Like, just be a good teammate. Like, you don't have to get traded. I understand you want to come to the Dogs because we win, and you want to go to the Mambas because you got Patriolo, and you want to go with like the names that you're comfortable with. But
And you want to
got
go to Panthers?
you got Nacho.
You want to come
got
to every
Fritz.
other team but your own.
You got JPP. You have championship blood on your team.
Yeah, you do.
And you have a good team that just kicked the shit out of us.
Yeah.
So fucking ride with your guys, man. Let's
Yeah.
go to game 3. Fuck
Alright,
this
yeah.
shit.
All right,
Game 3. We got the Panthers versus the Gorillas.
Can we talk about Quentin's hair? Can somebody
Hey
bring
man,
it up?
nah, that's some great hair, and congrats to him buying a house. By the
Celebration
way,
High School hairstyle. That's what that is.
I want to see that. I haven't seen it on the
Celebration
board yet.
High School.
It'll pop up briefly, but it's also it kind of got the little.
he's got the great haircut.
The thing with Quentin is, I went to high school. He never sticks to one hairstyle.
No, he used to have the buzz cut.
He changes his
He's on the bus cut.
hairstyle like every 3 months, which is crazy.
Good for him.
Which is good. I mean, you got it. I mean, some
All
kids
right,
born
Before,
with the same
but
hairstyle.
before he says it, I'll say it because I know Quinn's gonna bring it up. He was the quarterback and I was the center. He loves fucking saying that
He loves-
goddamn story.
I love Quentin because he keeps reminiscing about the good old days. And
Well, he was about 50 pounds lighter.
No,
I mean, I was the same way. So,
these are the good old days right now.
Nah, this is a phenomenal time, and I'm happy
Yeah.
Quentin's a part of it.
Quentin's
I
a
love
good
Quentin.
dude. I
Quentin's
love
a
Quentin.
great guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Absolutely.
All right,
great
so
guy.
guy.
who do
Best
you
friends.
who do you got for this
Panthers
game?
He's on my team.
Gorillas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's end
gross.
this podcast. Let's
Yeah.
finish these last
Okay,
two points,
so-
and then we can chat.
Yeah,
So
we'll give it a
Panthers-
30
No, no,
seconds.
yeah.
30 seconds, not 30 minutes.
Panthers and Gorillas. I got Gorillas just because they have continuity from last week. You're adding another new piece. That again, I'm not saying he's like random or like you never seen him play, but it's another piece to the puzzle that you haven't seen yet. So and they have the same guys. They're just adding Zane, which is their coach. So their coach should hopefully, I'm not gonna say control.
He's been watching film. He's
But
been watching
I'm gonna
film.
say
He's been putting in work watching
Yusuf or Omar are not gonna tell each other they can't sub in when they're on the court. So
Yeah, we're gonna have a leader. We're gonna have a leader.
I'm gonna have the Gorillas.
Omar and Ish.
I'm gonna have the Gorillas because I feel like they have more depth, and I also feel like hopefully their shots continue to fall. So
All right, Mike.
got the girls.
We'll go around the room.
Okay. I just was, as you can probably see on the camera, I was just going through each matchup in my head. Eric, if you do the right job assigning matchups, you should win this game. You should definitely win this game
What are those
with
matchups?
Santi on your side. We can talk about it after. I don't need to give notes to the public. But matchup to matchup,
It's a good game.
it is a very good game, and I think that your guys can take advantage of the mismatches that you have in a way that you guys can't.
They have somebody to match up with Cass too, which the other
Exactly.
game
They
they
have
didn't.
two.
You have,
They didn't.
okay,
So
two.
we,
I guess I'm
we
going
saw
with that.
we saw a whole game where we didn't have a big against a big. Now they have two bigs that
bigs,
could match
You
up
got-
against the
You got
bigs
STK
And
and Quentin to
against
match up
Kyle
with
and
Kyle
Cass.
and
Yep,
Cass, whichever way you want to go.
I'm
you have
agreeing with
Sansi
that.
that's going to guard him. You got Dame that's going to take Yusuf, and you got Mike Parker that's going to take Chef. Now it's a matter of how those guys manipulate those minutes and how those matchups go.
Whoever's hitting more shots, whoever's playing
bench.
better is going
That's
to
the
win.
thing.
That's it.
Because
If you look at the bench, personally, I like the Panthers. I think Darryl played very good. Eric is fucking solid. He's a solid ass
he needs to
player.
play more.
He does need to play more.
And
but
then
he
Gino
also has a
hustles his
busted
ass
shoulder.
off.
And you have Gene.
And Gene.
Hey,
Is
listen.
Gene gonna start again?
Probably, yeah.
In the lineup, in my mind, Gene's not starting, but that's not my team. So, like I said, if you go 5 for 5, I think that Panthers have the potential to beat you, and I'm gonna take Panthers, barring that I have a conversation with Eric and he listens to me. If he doesn't, then I will go.
Anything can
Gorillas.
happen. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Well, I'm going Gorillas.
you're going Gorillas and you're going Panthers.
Wow, he's going Gorillas.
Ah,
You're
Gorillas
going
and you're
Panthers.
I'm going.
Panthers.
I'm
Let's
going.
go. Let's go. Game 4. We know
Game
who you
4.
guys are
None
gonna
of
pick.
us can answer. All right.
Dogs
there we
versus
go.
Ghost
There
Riders.
we go.
All right,
Oh,
go
Chan
Dean.
versus
All right,
Dylan.
all right, I'm
I
gonna.
love this
Great.
pale ass
I'm
matchup. These guys are so pasty.
I'm gonna go Dogs because I think that they have a similar problem, but I think Mike is gonna step up a little more than Ghost in terms of figuring it out quicker. So I think Dogs are gonna win this one. I think it's gonna be a closer game than what it was with La Familia. I don't think they're gonna trail as much as they would in the first half.
You mean the Makos?
No, the Ghost Riders played you, right?
No,
No, they played the
Yeah,
Reapers. You're right. Sorry, they played the Reapers. They had a similar situation to where they were in the first half. At least they weren't scoring as much, but I think they're going to do a better job at scoring. I think that Mike's going to figure it out quicker than Ghost just because of his experience as a captain. So I'm going to go Dogs.
What do you got, Eric?
Dogs versus Ghost Riders.
It's going to be a close game.
It's Chan versus Dylan, 1-on-1.
Well, the Chan's playing
This-
me. If I'm in the
That's
crowd,
true.
the Chan's gonna score 100 points.
This
Yeah,
for
didn't
me,
miss.
He didn't fucking miss again.
for me personally, this was like my toughest one because like I didn't see the full potential of 1v1, which is pretty
Same
good.
thing with the Dogs.
You also
See
saw
their
the
full
worst
potential.
game that we could have
That's
done.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
and I saw
very
the worst
hard.
out of
I don't
AJ
know.
and Dom, so it's like
And Dallas and me and Nick and Dalla.
in Dallas also, yeah. So I would probably lean towards the Dogs just because outside of the first two picks, they're better than the Ghost Riders. So I'm gonna go Dogs.
And that's hard to say. You look at both fucking Rod. They're both.
They're both
deep,
good.
low.
dude.
Hey,
They're both
look,
deep.
low
teams.
ass
Let's go back.
Rods.
Let's go
Both
back
teams
to
are
the
deep.
fact that you said it's a very even season.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of these games are gonna go down to
Very
the
tough,
wire.
yeah.
It's
and-
not gonna be a blowout
So
for
I spoke
all the season.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
spoke with AJ on Monday after the L, and he said it very well. It's past the point of AJ's better than people, or this guy's better than you, and we're going to win. It's now comes
a
down
team
to
factor.
actual coaching.
Yeah.
It comes down to brains. It comes like talent is relatively equal across the board. It's who's going to come up with the best strategy and who's going to implement that strategy and execute it the best. That's how the Makos beat us last season.
Yeah.
And that's honestly what's going to determine every single week. I'm going to pick the Dogs, but
Okay. I feel like the Ghost Riders have the more talented roster, but I feel like you guys will know what you're supposed to do as opposed to the Ghost Riders. So I'm gonna pick the Dogs, But
based off experience,
but
clearly, yeah.
Yeah, but
that's what's gonna
based
come on top. For sure.
nothing disrespect to Ghost. It's more like you've been there before. I mean, you beat me twice. So
Twice. I beat you more than twice.
well, I mean championship.
Yeah, I beat you 4 times.
Well, I beat you once.
You beat me once.
Yeah, I
4-1 now.
But I'm saying like championship game, he beat me twice. So I'm gonna pick the guy that beat me twice in the championship game.
Yeah, I gotta give it
But-
to the Dogs.
But I think it's gonna be a close game.
You
can't
have an
disrespect
advantage.
the Ghost
You do.
Riders because their team is really deep. If they still stick with this starting lineup with JC and
I think
Mike
JC.
Mitchell,
If JC starts, it's gonna be a different story for sure.
Can I say something? Joel, why do you hate my hair? I mean, that's,
Yeah. What?
I'm actually very self-conscious because I'm starting.
Where did this come
I'm
from?
starting to get a bald spot. And why do you hate my hair? And it's really, I'm self-conscious about it.
We need an
I'm
answer.
trying to do everything I
We need
could
an
to
answer,
fix the
1v1.
bald spot. So, Joel's skills. Why you hate my hair?
Why do you hate?
It's really that's hurtful. The hair is a soft spot right now, guys.
don't hate.
The hair's a soft spot.
Sorry, you need some minoxidil.
But
Just put it.
yeah, the
spray it.
Ghost Riders have a
I don't
good
want to use
roster.
chemicals. I
Ghost
want
Riders have a
something
good
natural.
roster.
It'll help your hair
I
grow.
love.
I use rosemary oil.
The Mike Mitchell, JC,
Grapeseed oil.
X. I love all those guys, but I feel like the Dogs.
Do you think this is a game they start John Kerry? Or
I just don't know what's going on in Ghost's head.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
that's what I'm
If
saying.
you're-
It's his
if you're
second
the
season
I'm
as a
the
captain. He
captain.
doesn't.
I mean, I started JC every game, so
Yeah.
that's different for me. But like I'm saying, I don't know what Ghost is thinking. I don't know what his strategy is. I don't know what he's thinking week by week because I know him, but I don't know him like that. Like I can tell you exactly what he's thinking.
Yeah.
If it was me, I would have been like Juan 1v1, X, JC, and Ghost would have probably been my starting 5 with Mike Mitchell because I know he loves the 6th man.
He's coming for it.
Mike Mitchell 6th man of the year with Ziggy Zay boost off the bench with some scoring because he's actually been scoring very well.
I agree with you, except I would probably put Ziggy.
Over
'cause-
Ghost?
Yeah. Just because Ziggy's been like...
Knowing Ghost, he's gonna start himself.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I put Ghost in there. It's not like, oh, because there's that. I'm just,
Yeah.
I know Ghost that he's
is a
gonna
real
start
good player.
himself, and he
I just like
plays well.
for Ziggy, the fact that he is playing good, and it also helped give him a little bit more confidence, and confidence also helps with your game.
I don't
You know?
think
I
Ziggy
think-
will ever lose confidence.
But I think both of them play such a similar role. I feel like Ghost and Ziggy, they grab those boards. They're both like hustle guys that will take threes and like hit those putback layups. The difference is Ziggy's a little less selfish than Ghost in the matter of like Ghost will take like those post up fadeaways.
Yeah.
But Ghost is a little more competent with the ball than Ziggy. Ziggy's not as good dribbling. Ghost is definitely more comfortable dribbling the ball. But Ziggy is more like, he'll pass. He'll
Yeah.
pass it if he doesn't have the open shot. But he also takes random shots that like go in.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're both very comparable players that I like both of them. I like playing with
Yeah,
both of them.
I'm just saying, knowing Ghost, he's gonna start himself, and then that's the 4.
And I like
I'll
the
go
fact
for
that
it.
he does. I think he's a good starter on a
Yeah, he
championship
can.
team.
Yeah, he can play. I'm not saying he's
No,
bad
for
or
sure.
anything. I'm just saying, knowing Ghost, he'll put himself, and then that's the 4 I would put around him.
And you also
to make
got
it
to
easier
think
for him.
for Ghost. Last season, he dealt with a team that one
Didn't
game
show
he was
up.
dealing with 6 players, one game he was dealing with 7, one game he was dealing with 5. And now this season, this might be the first season he's actually dealing with the full roster for the whole season.
Knowing
So it's like-
those guys, they're gonna show up every game.
So for him, it's like, all right, he's coming from a season where I didn't really have to worry too much about minutes because everybody's going to get their minutes because I have less guys. Now I have a full team. Now he has to worry about
But
Giving
his
everybody
thing too
minutes
is
now.
he has the game.
Who are we
plan.
talking about? Sorry.
Ghost.
Ghost.
Okay.
His thing too now is he has a game plan week by week.
Yeah.
What matchups?
I
how
think
they
everybody
play.
does though. I
Yeah.
think every week is so different.
Yep.
Because
But
every team
he's
is so
not-
different.
He's not used to it because before he didn't know who's showing up. Now he knows most of his guys are showing
Oh
up.
yeah, you know Joel's
So,
dedicated. You know his top guys.
Yeah, JC
are
showing up every
dedicated.
week. X is gonna show up every
Dylan
week.
or
Juan
Juan
is showing up
Dylan.
every week.
Yep.
And
1v1 is showing
Yes.
up every week.
You know his starting
Mike
five.
Mitchell's definitely showing up every week. So I'm saying like now he doesn't
His
have to
team
worry
is
about
dedicated
that.
for sure.
So this season is more about on him. It's more on Ghost and putting in a game plan week by week, or him putting in matchups. I need you to guard this guy. I need this guy to score less than these points. I need this, that. Like,
But on your note, I'm gonna say this. Shout out the league in general. Out of the 72 players in the league, 69 showed up for week 1.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle King, Zane, who is a captain and should not miss, and who the fuck was the other person?
He was Phil.
Phil.
Yeah,
Phil,
and Phil for an actual reason.
Yeah.
Okay, and Big Birds was shout out Kyle King, got engaged, proposed. So shout out Kyle King.
Shout out Kyle King.
That's an actual reason he asked for his girlfriend's hand in marriage. Or his girlfriend's father's hand in marriage. So shout out Kyle. An actual reason. Zane, Mexico, not a fucking reason to miss as a captain. But Phil, locked up, definitely a reason. Definitely a reason to miss. So 69 out of 72 with 2 people having legitimate reasons to miss.
We're gonna have more misses.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But first week to have that attendance, very impressive. Very happy to see that. Shout
Shows
out
how much people care.
Shout out to Selling Nation League, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Selling Nation League. Is there anything else in the chat you guys want to talk about before we head out? We are lit off of Monster and
We didn't even
Crown.
talk about
We've
the
been
last
going
game.
for 2 hours.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
We all made predictions. Who's your prediction? Dogs or Ghost Riders?
Dogs or Ghost
I think I
Riders?
chose the dogs.
Yeah.
He picked
Dogs?
All right, great pick. I love that pick.
I think all of us.
Yeah,
picked
I
dogs.
think dogs have the advantage at least.
Well, they have the coaching advantage.
Yeah.
You would love to think that, but you don't know. You don't know. You know, I question it sometimes myself. God damn it. 0-5. I still remember.
Any questions in the chat before we give out the last 8 digits?
I'm surprised there's still not just like I've seen the chat. this whole
Will
time.
said Phil locked up should have been breaking news. So Sway, I started off the first broadcast by singing "Locked Up," but I'm kind of like iffy on like the etiquette on that because I don't have too many people that are locked up that I'm friends with. But like, I feel more bad than I am like want to make it a joke. So. Honestly,
He wants, Sway said MVP predictions.
That's too early.
It's way too
It's
early.
too
There's-
early. Yeah.
These guys.
There's
all-
16 people
everybody-
out
All right, how about this? How about
Always
this?
yelling.
Let's
it's too
give our
early.
top 3.
I'm always a.
No,
let's
And
give
your predictions are fucking horrible.
I am always.
You said Corey. You said Corey season 3.
He said
I
see
am
the kid as a
always
number
open
2 option
to
on a
give
championship
Jane.
team.
He
He didn't even make the
never-
playoffs.
So it's the same season.
Never too early.
No, he said most improved. He said most
No,
improved.
he said
And I
MVP.
was right.
He said MVP.
No, I said he would
He
be
said
MVP.
MVP. I remember that.
No, he said
I said
MIP
MVP,
too.
but I also said MIP if he goes from 16 to 24, which he did.
But
I'm always
is
open to
crazy
give
me.
MVP
0
in
for 8.
prediction.
My
I'm always open.
All right, one more shot of Crown.
Dude,
In the chat.
I
can
guess
I say
predictions
something?
it is.
There's only 4 of us here. We've almost killed
I
an
told you.
entire
Finish it.
handle.
I told you.
An
But
entire handle.
I was gonna
of
buy
Crown.
the little ones. A good thing I bought the big one.
Okay, listen, in the chat, Ash is going to hate this because she's got to deal with me after. In the chat, if you have anything else to say, please let us know. I think my parents are probably watching. So shout out to everybody in the chat right now.
All right, one more shot for each
One
of
more
us.
shot.
My
And
question-
Kayla, if you guys are watching, if anybody else is watching, we're taking one more shot. Finish your drink so you can take a shot. Shout out Coach Stone for being 30 minutes late.
What a great
But I
first
brought.
episode.
But I
man.
brought the most important thing.
You did.
Yeah.
You brought. Well, Ghost brought the monster, and if he didn't introduce us to this, I don't know what we'd be doing right
But
now.
I brought the bottle. If it wasn't
Shout
for
out
me bringing
Ghost.
this bottle,
You
we
did.
wouldn't
Shout
be
out
taking
both
this
of you.
shot.
Shout out everybody.
Shout
here.
out for
My
happy
girl
4th to
somewhere
everybody
is
as
like,
well.
Yeah,
Happy
for sure.
4th of July.
Ash is in there like, fuck, I gotta deal with this asshole after he's doing
we
this.
got a holiday coming up.
All
Let's
right, guys.
celebrate.
It's not really a holiday because I got work to do. We got
Cheers.
things.
We all
we'll talk
have
about what
to
we got
drink
do.
it all. We all have to
Listen,
drink it all. Let's go.
Guys, cheers. Cheers to you guys in the chat.
Cheers.
My question before we leave is,
Oh,
What's
everybody
the,
finished there.
Holy
shit.
What are you doing, Dean? What the fuck, Eric?
my question
Dean,
is even for
Eric?
the chat.
Derek.
It's my
My
brother.
question even for the chat is like, who do y'all want as the new captains for the next season? 'Cause
I don't want to get into that discussion because I have my list, but I don't
But
want to get
even
into
like,
it.
Myself-
I want to know what people think should be the new captain.
Okay, let's let the chat answer that.
That's what I'm saying. Let
Yeah,
the chat
I don't
answer.
want us to speak about that because I know my answer. But chat, who do you want to be the new 4 captains when we expand to 12 teams? Dean is not going to be one of them.
Eric, hopefully, is it continuing to be the captain?
No, but
Maybe I'm better as a player.
Who do you want as the next 12 or
That's
the
what
next
I'm
4?
asking.
Well,
That's what I'm asking.
there's words
The
that
chat.
they don't want me to be a captain anymore. There's people that multiple people have told me they don't want me to be a captain anymore. They want me to step down. They want me to be just league owner, or they want me to be
Jackie Mooning it.
no. They
You
want me
should
to be
still be
in-
able to play, though.
They want me to be in the draft pool,
Yeah.
which I don't like the idea of it. But if the
Well,
league
I'm
votes
thinking-
on it and the league decides that, I will respect the players in the league. I will.
Wow.
I don't want to be.
Can you imagine a silly league?
I don't want to
Out.
be. I will.
Like
Dogs.
leading the dogs.
Now
out.
let me say this.
That's
Let
crazy.
me say
It won't
this.
be the
if
dogs.
you leave, would you disband the dogs? Like what?
Yeah, dogs would be done.
Yeah.
The color blue would be done. They would be the color blue would be retired.
What color are we missing right now? What's
got,
a color that could replace the blue?
We need a gray.
Well, they were gray. Make
Yeah,
those
I
gray
mean
were
work.
black, gray, kind of.
All right. What other colors we need?
We got
purple,
white, we got
purple,
purple,
we
we
got
got
white,
pink,
we
we
got
got
yellow.
green.
We got the color.
We got most
Red-
of the spectrum.
No, we got
We got
red.
the color wheel, so we just gotta mix colors.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
You have
Yeah.
yellow.
Bottom
What about
line is-
orange? We're missing orange.
No,
That's
no, no,
orange.
Ghost
Riders are
Riders.
I'm counting them in more white. They're more white
Nah,
dominant
but-
than orange.
Man,
We're in a hard
Which-
place
you need
because
a color that's
we
not
have
there.
secondary and primary colors, which is like Reaper's primary color is red, secondary color black. So when you see the different graphics that I make, you'll see the different the purple and the Panthers is the primary, but the yellow is the secondary.
Yeah, and then yellow and
And then
black.
yellow and black. So like
Pink
each
and
team has
blue.
2 different
Yeah,
colors
it's
that I
hard.
use within the posts.
So what's the next thing with? Should we just stick with one color?
The next thing would be different conferences.
a
are different
secondary
colors.
color.
Or everybody throws in $20 more and we get home and away jerseys. Those would be the 2 different
Yeah,
options.
because then we could
I mean, I still have
alternate
the
this.
alternates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have yours, but you don't have the sponsorship.
Oh,
on it.
we could just do like inside out jerseys.
By the way, your sponsorship looks good on your jersey. It matches
But that's
perfectly.
why.
Yeah.
So
That's why
Angel-
we changed it. 'Cause it's supposed to be Angel.
with Elevated Insurance. Shout out to Angel.
Where's that at?
He's the Mamba
He's
sponsor now.
Mamba's.
He was very fortunate to him that he was willing to change and be the Mamba sponsor, because once Sway told me that he was going to sponsor and his colors matched perfectly, I'm like, dude, it's got to go on that
Yeah.
jersey.
Yeah, it's got
So-
to.
And then
At
Ash was.
May-
I'm
may-
grateful that Ash was willing to let me use Mr. Cookie.
Yeah, my
Hey,
girlfriend. My
how about
girlfriend
this?
loves that logo. She
Why don't
loves
we
that.
leave
She
it the
likes that.
same color, but we just put a different logo, like different
What?
name? Like leave it the same color,
The
but
dogs?
yeah,
If I retire as captain and I
you're
retire
retiring
from the
blue
league,
completely.
the color blue will be taken out of every single jersey, and
So I
there's
can't have this.
there's no blue in the league. The word blue is going to be out. It's like
So-
if you're a Crip
What
and you
about
can't say
this?
the word blue.
That's not bad.
It's like Clue. This would be Clue now. It would not be blue.
Dang it.
Yeah, there's no blue. It's Clue.
But shout out Chris, best fucking ad read of Celly history.
Bitch of the year, or bitch of the
bitch
day,
of the fucking day.
bitch of the day.
I got nominated for one. Fucking all that yelling. Which was
So
rightfully so.
so
He
then
was
with the new,
getting screwed.
what colors can we need to look up the colors? Like colors.
yeah,
We'll
we're gonna have
figure
to
it out.
really pay attention to that.
We
'cause
definitely
that's-
like
you got
maroon?
proof already.
Salmon.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be some.
We got
off
names
color.
in the chat.
All right, let's talk about the chat real quick.
All right. J-Ball most improved.
Happy
Shout out
4th
down.
Happy
J-Ball.
4th of July,
Hey,
everybody.
hold on. J-Ball showed up.
We got Sway said free J-Ball.
Free
Dallas
J-Ball.
said Dean for MVP. Thomas or
Dean for
Tommy
MVP.
Tommy said free
Free
Phil,
Phil.
which free Phil for
Phil
sure.
is
First and
backwards.
foremost, yeah. Until it's free ill. We got J-Ball most improved. My mom, a bunch of hearts. Happy 4th said Ghost. We don't get breaks when you own your own business. Sway, you know how the fuck it goes. We own 2. We know. Ash said exactly what I'm thinking. Gene says, wait, where's the code?
What code?
The Uber code.
Oh, I look, he forgot.
Corbin says Dallas for captain. Dallas, you're a name that I said. You
Yeah.
said you weren't ready.
Oh, he's calling you out.
He said Berg. He said Nick. Those are 2 names that I drafted for a reason, so that I can groom them. Yes, that is really weird. But Trey said Tommy for sure. So, okay, I'll specify for captains. For captains, you can't be a top round pick and be a captain, because then it's kind of like an unfair advantage, because you're like if Braylon wanted to be captain or 1v1 wanted to be captain, you're starting at such an advantage above myself, Luke, Tone, like Eric, you're way better at basketball already, so you're getting a first-round pick, and then you're able to pick a first-round pick. So we try to keep captains below a third, fourth-round pick projection. And that's how we use our captains. Some guys would be lower rounds, but they would be a better coach or a better, leader for a team. And then some guys like myself would be a better player, but not as good of a coach or a leader of the team. And, that's why I play more minutes. So that's how that goes. Gene said Darvis for captain.
Darvis! I forgot about that guy.
Darvis.
Dude, I love how his Instagram is only other leagues' basketball games.
It's great.
It's literally
His
just
Facebook
It's
is the
literally
best.
just highlights of other basketball leagues.
Your girlfriend said Steven for captain. I don't think Steve needs any more ego. He's gonna clip this. Steve the Kid is the biggest asshole in the league. Please clip that audio for your next Instagram post.
It's gonna be a slow mo. It's gonna be a
No, it's a free throw. It's a free throw.
It's gonna be a slow mo
He
of
did
his
hit the
street.
tough fadeaway jumper.
No, he
That
did.
was tough.
He
Yeah.
did.
Take the
Hey,
lead. Take
hey,
the lead.
I'm gonna say this. Shout out to SDK for playing within his role.
did.
Actually,
He played very good.
He didn't
played
play
very
outside.
well.
Yeah, he
Guys,
did.
guys, he's still an 8th rounder. He's still an
Eric,
8th rounder.
let's end the podcast. Give us the Uber code, and we will finish the podcast with this.
Whoever
it has
orders
been
Uber
like
Eats
a
first.
3-hour podcast for no fucking reason.
If you're
But
the
we're
one,
having fun.
If you're the one getting the Uber code,
No, it's been
make
actually
sure-
2 hour.
Let us know. Let us know.
it's
Let us
been
know in the
2
chat.
hours. I came late.
Let us know in the chat if you got it.
I showed up here at 9.
What was the
Let us know if you got the code.
What was the last letter?
I don't know. That was so long ago. If they're still in the chat, bro, shout out you. Because I would not be watching this
You
long.
deserve this. So I'm gonna start all over then. I'm gonna read
no,
all of it.
Yeah, hold on.
Start halfway.
No, give the whole thing. Give the whole thing. Whoever's been watching it, give the whole thing. Because they would
So
have
we
to
got-
scroll this far to watch it.
So we got U.
It's all caps. U,
P
U, P,
A
A, T. I know it's Pat.
T
Yep.
C
C,
2
2.
E
Hold up. E,
H
H,
U
U,
K
K,
L
L.
5
God damn.
F
Fuck you.
Q
God, this is a long ass
N.
code.
N,
UN?
Yeah. No, just N. What? Q and N.
QN?
U, P, A, T, C, 2. E, H, U, K, L, 5.
No, Y L.
What? Where
It's
the
a
hell is the
long-ass
Y?
code.
Let me just see it. Let me just see it.
Just put the
Oh,
code
what the
on
fuck
the
was
put the code on the freaking screen.
Nah, that's too easy. I want to put it in the chat so that people can read it. God, I'm too
Let
drunk
us-
for this
let-
shit. God damn it, you fucking bitch.
Let us
Sorry,
know.
guys.
Let us know if you
I brought
wanted
this.
something.
I mean, we almost finished the fucking bottle.
We did.
Shout out to us.
Why? I
alcoholics.
could be typing this wrong, which would be so fucking funny.
Fine. FQ.
If you fuck it up, then we got McDonald's.
And you
Just
facts.
fucked it up on purpose.
U P A T C 2. I got no E. God damn it, you fucking cunt.
Fucking Dean.
Oh my
2
God.
Dean, it's your fault. I blame Dean.
I'm sorry, guys.
H
It's all my fault.
Let us know if you already got it.
Y
Probably someone has it.
Probably. I mean, I said it.
F.
I feel like Gene got it.
Fucking Dean's over here trying to get it.
Dean, are you trying to get it for
I'm
real?
ordering food as we speak right now.
What time?
Alright, that's the code.
It's 11? Fuck.
Come on, boys. Let us
I
know if
just-
you got it.
I just ate, but I'm hungry again.
Oh my
Let
god.
us know if you got it. Appreciate you guys for stopping through.
We gotta leave it open for a second so they can
Yeah.
use it.
Alright, let's go one more discussion before we.
I mean, we
Hey, Sway said keep it going another hour.
I love Sway. That's my guy.
Sway, we got this much alcohol left, and I know for
say
a
the
fact that Ash is gonna be pissed if I get drunk.
Say
So-
the word. Say the word. We
Sway's
take
my
another
guy.
shot.
I love Sway.
Say the
Sway,
say-
shout out-
say the
shout out
word,
Sway,
shot.
bro.
We talked
shout out
about
Sway.
this earlier, but I don't know why his first shot of season 6 was a 4-pointer.
No, it wasn't his first shot. It was his second.
No, it was his first
No,
shot.
he made the layup. And then
No,
wanted to
he
hit
shot
you
the
and tell-
They said-
4-pointer and then the layup.
Amanda and Tommy
Sway.
both said Chief for captain. I'm gonna say
I
this.
love Chief.
I love Chief.
But he's too good to be captain.
No, he's
He
not.
was seventh
No, he's
round.
not.
He
Yeah,
was
he's
seventh
not.
round.
He's not.
He
He's
brought
past that.
He gave us the freaking warm.
I'm gonna say this.
He's gonna be another captain.
If
that's
Chief's
gonna play.
attitude is good, he is
He has a
definitely
great
a
attitude.
name on my list.
He has a great.
I've got a list of about 6 guys that I'm seriously considering.
Yeah,
There's
it
about,
goes number 1 Dean.
there's
number
about
2,
15
and 3
guys
doesn't
that have
matter.
asked me that I laugh at most of them. But there's about 5 or 6 guys that
Chief?
I really want, and when I really want a captain, I do push them heavily, as you know, to the group. That's what I did with Zane, and hopefully, Zane, you don't prove me wrong because you haven't been there for multiple events. You've been late for multiple events, and you're making me look really bad right now.
Yeah, I
So-
picked Pat though, and Pat.
You
showed
did
up.
pick back, and I didn't want Pat.
Yeah,
I didn't want
And
Pat.
Pat
'Cause
showed up to
I know that
everything
he's got
so
a lot
far.
going on with his other basketball
No,
shit.
Pat's usually captain in other leagues,
But
right?
he
Exactly.
showed up to everything. He came to the tryout.
Yeah.
Zane wasn't there.
I would say for Zane, I feel the rest of the season may be a breeze, except for the last championship week, because that's automatically not
Maybe
gonna
Dean
happen.
replaces
but
him.
I picked. But I,
Maybe.
Okay, Dre
But-
said 6 man, calling it right now. Dre, you started last game.
Yeah, you started.
did.
How are you going to be 6 man?
Idiot! You're gonna be like Mike Mitchell. Get out of here. Dre for captain.
I had Mike Mitchell, my early vote, but with Santi coming in, I think Santi's getting it back.
6 man, he's
So
going
you're
to
bringing
start. What are
Santi
you
off the
talking
bench?
about? Yeah, you're
Why
not
not?
putting him off the bench.
Why not?
You can't bring Santi.
Why would you bring him off the
I
bench?
came back from 13 without him. So imagine if I do have him coming off the bench.
But who's your guard? You
You
gonna
gotta think
Mike?
about it. You gotta think about it. I
Gene
have
hit
Mike.
one shot.
I have Mike and Gene, right? For games like that where we have slow games.
I only brought Santi off the bench because he kept coming late. That's the only reason.
Santi is a first round pick.
He is.
Second round.
Santi needs to, like, the only reason I brought him off the bench was his punishment. It wasn't because he wasn't good enough to start.
I feel.
I'm gonna get him another shot.
Yeah, he needs another shot. To think about his decisions.
It's almost 4th of July,
I'm
Eric.
telling you,
Give me a
Santi.
Hey, are you sober?
Non-drinking demon.
You told me he's sober. He told me he's sober an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
Coming off the bench.
2.5
Not
hours ago.
anymore.
It's
I
smart.
have
I
a mentality where it's like I don't care how
It's
you
4th of July.
start. I don't care how you start. It's how you finish.
You need
Hey,
Santi to
yo,
start.
Just because you start off the
Hey,
bench
yo.
You
doesn't
need
mean-
Santi to start.
doesn't
bro.
mean you finish. Doesn't mean you don't finish.
You need Santi to start, bro. I'm just being honest. You need him to start.
This podcast is going 3 hours long, bro.
No, it's only been 2 hours since we started. I got here
You
at
started
9.
late because it's
No,
so-
we started 3 minutes before.
It shut off halfway
No, this
through.
has to be a historic longest podcast.
No.
No, there's
The
an
longest-
unreleased.
I
There's an
think I was
unreleased
here
with
the
Andre
longest one.
Berg. When
That
we didn't
was the
release
longest
it.
one.
That was the longest one.
longest
It was almost 3 hours. It was like 2:45.
I think I was.
Let
one
us
of the
know if we should
longest.
have-
You were one of them too. Over
Hey,
two,
let us
well
know
over
we should
2
release
hours.
Bro,
Let us
I
know
think
we
it's
should
better
release
when we drink, honestly.
Yeah, 100. We should get drunk before the podcast.
Sorry, I
Talk
came
our
late.
shit. You didn't gain weight. You
But no,
look-
really,
No, I came
realistically,
late.
Oh, I say you gained.
realistically thinking.
Tony, you didn't
Think
gain
about
weight.
Well, I appreciate
Straight up.
that, D.
Don't. You're not fat. Shout out
I
to
thought you
those
said
out
he
there.
gained
Yeah, I'm not fat.
Happy 4th, baby.
Don't
Happy
you
4th.
look good, man.
La Familia
Show us
till
how
we
La
die.
Familia.
Everybody finishing their shit. What the
Dean, you keep
gave
saying
it to-
we going to a theme park and you never fucking show up.
All right.
Ash, come in and drink with us.
Yeah. Whoever has a theme park pass, me and Tone are going. You let us know when.
And we got a theme park pass.
I got.
You want to go to Universal?
I
got.
No,
We can go to Disney.
No,
Right?
no,
Disney
listen,
World.
listen.
Disney.
I can get you a comp pass to Universal.
Alright,
Which one of you?
I'm down for both.
All right, let's go to Universal.
Let's do it.
I think we should do an Epcot.
I think I
Go
agree.
drinking
We
around the
do-
world.
When we did MGM.
No.
Me, him, and Mitch did
Me,
MGM.
him, and
I'm
Mitch.
not gonna lie.
That was
Me,
so much
you,
fun.
and
It was
Drake
fun.
and Hollywood
I'm a
together
bitch
too.
when it comes to rides. I don't
Hold
do
on.
rides.
Before we do this, can we end the podcast and then we can talk?
How about let's do this? Let's talk about before we end, so
Did
we
it-
can have people answer these
Did
questions.
anybody get the code? Please
The
let us
code
know.
and
Yes.
second,
Who used the code?
the
Please
second
let us
thing
know.
is what's everybody's favorite theme park, so we can end on a good note. What's everybody's
Magic
favorite
Kingdom.
theme park?
It's the easy.
Animal Kingdom.
Magic. What?
And that's the one that closes the
No.
doesn't matter.
I have to say
Animal
Epcot.
Kingdom.
Epcot's my
Animal
favorite
Kingdom.
theme park ever.
Magic Kingdom,
Animal
the castle.
Fuck the castle. Everybody sees
Castle,
the
yeah.
castle.
No, I think Epcot
It's
has
a fucking
listen,
animal.
Epcot has the
Hold on.
most like shit for people
Okay,
our
as
age.
you're an adult, yes.
Yeah.
But when you walk into Magic Kingdom on
that.
a October day and you got the pumpkins all around, and it, bro,
Alright,
that
alright.
vibe
You're
of
painting the
Magic
picture.
Kingdom
It's
on a
nice.
fuck. There's nothing that
It's
can
nice.
beat it. There's
what?
nothing.
Animal
and
Kingdom.
Why do you think there's no Animal Kingdom?
Bro,
Okay,
my thing with Animal Kingdom is
You walk
closing
into
so
Animal
early.
Kingdom, right?
There's
All you
any
hear
other-
is drums.
And
All
nothing
you hear
connects
is
to it,
fucking
bro.
beats.
There's no
And you're like,
other.
oh my god, I'm in
Look,
fucking Africa.
Every country that has
Alright.
a Disney.
This is going way too long. This is going
Steve,
way longer than
sit the fuck down, Steve.
Hold on, let's finish this. All right, JPP, the tape will drop probably tomorrow because I'm drunk, but it's done. It's edited. It's done. The game is done. I finished it before the podcast.
I love
the
JPP.
stats are up. Let's just say we're way too drunk than we should be.
No, I love you.
Let's close out the podcast like this.
I need to know who got the fucking code.
No one got the code. We use the code. The fuck?
Dallas, I wanted to make you a captain. You said you
Let
weren't
me
ready.
know if you use the fucking
hell,
code,
Dallas.
please. I'm not
Let him
getting
know if
this
you
shit
use the
until
code.
we get the code. Please.
Finish it.
All right, finito. Last thoughts.
I
Dean,
spent
end us.
$25 fucking dollars on
Alright,
this
Dean, end
shit.
us.
I think this was a great podcast. This was one of the most fun ones I've been on. Honestly,
All right,
this was really.
Eric, go ahead.
Alright, fuck the code.
Fuck the
No,
code.
if no one uses the code, we use the fucking
Oh, 100%. If we,
Apparently,
put
Dean
it,
won
pull
the
up
code.
your
Yeah,
Uber
we
Eats
might,
right now.
we
I'll
might
do
as
it
well
right
eat the
now.
food right now. Honestly.
God damn it, I'm not even hungry and I'll eat. Well, great podcast. Tone,
great
close us
podcast.
out.
Shout out. Oh, Tone, go ahead.
No, you
Yeah,
say
yeah, you
shout
go
outs
ahead,
and
you
then
go
I'll
ahead
finish
first,
it.
you go.
Shout out everybody that joined us. Shout out
Thank
to
you.
whoever fucking won the code.
And make sure to like the video and subscribe.
And subscribe. We
Yeah.
do this every week, every Wednesday, 8:30
Ish.
between 8
My
8:30 and 9.
8:30
8:30
and
8:39. That's my fault today.
somewhere in that time frame. We'll be on.
Ideally.
We'll see you guys next week. Tone, take us away.
All I gotta say is show up on Sunday. Is going to be a fun time.
It's going to be a hell of a day.
Everybody, honestly, I love the crowd atmosphere that was there this past Sunday. It felt like, I'm not gonna say an NBA arena, but it felt like
It felt like a high school game.
arena.
100%.
Yeah.
It felt
100%.
like we were hearing defensive chants. We were hearing all these chants. Just keep showing up, keep showing the support
Shout out Mike Parker's
week by
people.
week, and then hopefully by the playoffs, we'll have a special announcement for you guys about our playoffs, and we'll have a fun time.
Yeah, I got to say, I was in the bathroom when I saw Ty throwing up. I was in the bathroom during your game,
Yeah.
and I heard the crowd, like, the ups and downs of the crowd, too. Like, as things were going on, I knew that exciting things were happening because of the crowd. And I was so fucking happy. And I'm sorry to my teammates, but it made me not give a fuck about winning my game. It was like, damn. We created such a fucking dope ass league.
really did.
This is like, there's no other league, there's no other thing that I've been to that is like that. That's not the NBA.
This is a very special
Fucking
thing, bro.
sick, man. It's fucking sick. Thank
It
you
really
to all the
is.
families that come out.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the players that bring their significant others, that bring their parents, that bring their kids, that
Bring the energy,
everybody.
yeah.
Dude, the shit is fucking amazing, and I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're signing off right now. Selly Nation, CeleTake podcast, episode 2 of season 6. I am your host, along with the other host, Eric, Mike Scalco. We got Dean Lyons. We got Coach fucking Tone in the building.
Yeah,
Have a
fucking
great day.
monster.
We're gonna finish this fucking crown right now and enjoy
Yep.
our 4th. You guys enjoy it too.
Yep.
Dallas, I love you. Sway, I love you. Everybody else in the chat, I love you.
Hey,
Trey,
the entire league.
Trey,
We love you.
be there
We
on
love
Sunday,
you. We
Trey.
love
You
you.
better show
Sunday.
up. I want to see you guys there. Take care, guys. Have a fucking